Hi, welcome back guys. This is your sensei, back with another fanfiction. This is the first part of What If Naruto and Hinata Ran Away Together? Now before starting, please give this video a like and subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Now let's get into the fanfic. Hinata's POV. I walked across the stage to receive my high school diploma from Principal Tsunade. Scanning the crowd, I spotted my father, who wore the smallest smile that brought me joy, while Hanabi and Niji applauded enthusiastically. Good job, young lady. I'm very proud of you, Tsunade whispered in my ear. Yeah, go Hinata. Woo-hoo. Naruto? I looked over to see my friends cheering me on, as I was the last to cross the finish line, so to speak. What surprised me most was that Naruto was the loudest. My face flushed with warmth. Trying to hide my embarrassment from Naruto, I looked down, only to stumble on the stairs. Just as my face was about to hit the floor, he caught me. Are you okay, Hina? He asked, and I found myself lost in his crystal blue eyes. Hina. His voice echoed, breaking me from my trance. I quickly got to my feet and dashed toward the girls, my cheeks burning. The auditorium erupted with playful catcalls and kissing sounds, except for my family. Naruto simply scratched the back of his head, wearing the biggest grin. Did he like me? Of course not, Hinata. Just calm down and breathe. Naruto's POV. The ceremony was over, and I, along with Sasuke, Sakura, Sai, Hinata, Kiba, Shino, Ino, Choji, Tenten, Lee, and of course, Shikamaru, headed to Shika's mansion. Congratulations, screamed every single family member. How did they get here before us? I hung around in the game room, not wanting to disturb the happy families. Hey man, what was that? You catching Hinata, huh? Shika asked with his usual goofy yet lazy smile. Huh? Any excuse to get close to her. I really like her, I sighed, sinking into the lounge chair. Then tell her, Baka. I've told you she likes you too, plus, Sasuke interrupted. She won't tell you first, you know how shy she is, he added. I know, but I don't know how to tell her. I can't just scream, I like you, Hinata. What? The girls entered with wide eyes. I scanned the room for Hinata, hoping she hadn't heard. Don't worry, she's still talking with Niji, Ino said, noticing the panic on my face. Now what did you say? Yelled Tenten. Like Hina. I stammered. OMG, you have to tell her, screeched Sakura. Keep it down. I don't want her to know. Gosh, Sakura. I raised my voice. For who to know what? Are you keeping secrets from your favorite cousins? Temari. The one and only. Plus these two fools, she said smugly. What are you doing here? Shouldn't you be in Tokyo? I asked, still stunned by my cousin's appearance. We're going to be attending Konoha University with you guys, Kankuro answered before Temari could say more. Temari? Gaara? Kankuro? What are you guys doing here? Hinata asked as she entered the room. She had formed a sibling bond with them the last time they visited. I hoped she didn't think of me that way. The three explained their presence, and Hinata's face lit up at the thought of seeing her siblings every day. Hinata left the game room about an hour later with the girls, including Temari. Sue. Before we entered, you said you liked someone. Hinata, perhaps? Gaara said with a smirk. What? Yeah. Tell her she's a catch. Kankuro said. He won't do it, he's being a chicken. We've told him that she likes him too, but he won't do anything about it, Kiba chimed in. Leave me alone, Kiba. Now, we must all remain calm, unless you want Hinata to hear our conversation, Sai said, keeping his cool. Well, maybe I'll tell her this summer. Hinata's POV. We just arrived at Ichiraku's since all Shikamaru had was chips and dip. What'll it be, girls? Tucci asked with a grin. 5 miso ramens and a medium order of gyozas. And don't hold back on the peas, old man. I like mine spicy. Oh, Temari, you haven't changed since the last time we saw you, Ayam commented as she hadn't seen Temari in almost a year. We have something to tell you, squealed Sakura. No. Contain yourself, Sakura. We promised, that person we wouldn't. 1010 interjected. Order up, girls. Thanks, I am. Now tell me what? I'm going to be a little upset if you don't tell me what's going on, I said, feeling frustrated. They began sipping their noodles in silence, exchanging looks as if they were communicating telepathically. You guys, I exclaimed. Your noodles are getting cold. How about a gyoza? Temari suggested. Come on. Even Temari knows. She just got back to Konoha. I insisted. Not true. I got here a week ago. I just saw you guys today. Temari clarified. I'm sorry, Hina, we can't tell you. We promised long heavy-sigh Naruto we wouldn't say a thing, Ino said. What? Naruto? What could you have promised him that you can't tell me? You guys tell me everything about him. You know I like him a lot. I said, frustrated that I couldn't know what they had promised my lifelong crush. See what you did, Ino? You stressed poor little Hinata out. Sakura scolded. Yeah, well, watch it, billboard brow. Ino shot back. We finished our meal in silence. Except for my very loud slurping and chewing, I made sure they understood I was upset with them. The five of us finished our meals, thanked Tucci and Ayam, and walked out. Don't be mad at us, Hinata. We promised we wouldn't tell. Even though Ino mentioned his name, we can't tell you, it would crush him. We can maybe drop hints, but you have to pay attention, or you might miss it. Wouldn't it be easier just to tell me, Sakura? Absolutely not. I am not one to break promises to friends. But I never said I wouldn't drop hints, she said slyly, skipping down the walkway next to Ino. That's a good strategy, Sakura. Let me try. I love your shoes, Hinata. How was that one, Temari? That was perfection. Did you get it, Hinata? Temari asked. Get what? That she loves my shoes. I replied. Why do you have to be such a fool? Ino exclaimed. Hey, don't call me a fool. Just tell me what Naruto told you guys. I insisted. Okay, but we can't talk about it here. Let's get back inside to the party, Sakura said. We went back inside the mansion and headed to the living room. Naruto was sitting on the couch, and after the girls sat down, the only spot left was next to Naruto. Hey, Hinata, where did you girls go? The blonde asked. Oh, we went to Ichiraku since. Shikamaru doesn't have much food to eat, I responded, feeling a pink tint rush to my face. Hey, that's not true. You just have to make it. Shikamaru said with a lazy smile. Oh, well, Naruto started. What did you tell the girls that you can't tell me? I blurted out, my face bright red. I had to know so I wouldn't faint. Naruto's POV. What do you mean, Hinata? What did they say? I was stunned by her question and hoped they hadn't told her anything. Let's talk in private, Naruto, she said, her soft hand grabbing mine and leading me into the backyard. Okay, Naruto, you have to tell her now. If not now, never. Come on, Uzumaki. Gathering all the confidence I had, I prepared to tell her how I felt. The girls said you told them something. That I couldn't know, she said with her angelic voice. I stammered, unable to find the words, so I did the next best thing. I cupped her soft face in my hands and leaned in closer. Naruto. What? I cut her off as my lips brushed against hers. Hinata's POV. His large, warm hands cupped my face, and his lips moved toward mine. Naruto. What? My lips met his. At first, I was stunned, my eyes wide, but then I focused on his blue ones as they closed, and I did the same. His hands slid down to my hips, and I wrapped my arms around his neck. We continued to kiss, and for the first time, I felt complete. We barely separated to catch our breath before resuming our kiss. I felt overwhelmed but so happy. Wait a minute. What does this mean? My eyes shot open, but I immediately closed them again as he pulled my small body closer to his. I felt like I was going to melt. Third-person POV. Hey, Temari? Sakura asked. Temari replied. Have you seen Hinata and Naruto since they went to talk in private? Sakura wondered. Now that you mention it, they've been gone for half an hour. Hey, everybody. Temari called out. All the parents had left, and it was just the usual gang. Has anyone seen Hinata and Uzumaki? Temari shouted. They went out to the backyard. It's been half an hour, Shikamaru said. Well, why don't we go look for them? Ino suggested with a sheepish grin. They all crept around to the sliding glass doors. What they saw stunned them. Luckily, it was dark, so they couldn't see the group. Hinata was sitting on Naruto's lap, her legs swept to the side, as he sat on the small bench, and they were just sharing a moment. What are they doing? Choji whispered. What does it look like, you fool? Shikamaru snapped back. Kiba got up from his crouched position and began opening the door. Kiba, they all whispered shouted. Ow! OWWW. He howled like a dog. Ah! Hinata screamed, sliding off of Naruto's lap and landing on her back. Stop kissing and come inside, yelled Ino. Naruto quickly helped Hinata up and held her close, looking offended. Hinata couldn't control her blushing from her friends and hid her face in Naruto's shoulder as they walked inside, causing the group to scatter. Naruto's POV. The guys dragged me upstairs, probably to question me about what they just witnessed. I was still on cloud 9 from her kisses and playful nibbles. Okay, Sue? Sasuke asked. I was still zoned out. Naruto. Sai questioned me. Still hypnotized. Hey, Naruto, are you okay? Lee asked with concern. He seems to be sort of in a trance, Shino commented. Nope, still falling in love. Hinata's POV. As soon as Naruto and I came into the house, the girls and boys pulled us apart. Our hands unlocked, and he made a kissy face at me before the boys dragged him upstairs. Gee, he sure knows how to make me blush. Oh Naruto. What was that all about? Tenten exclaimed. Are you guys dating? Sakura squealed. Is he a good kisser? Ino asked eagerly. I really hope you're my new cousin-in-law. Temari added. Well, how did it happen? The four screamed in unison. Well. Flashback, Hinata's POV. As he pulled my body closer to his, I wrapped my leg around his, continuing our adventure. Naruto. Wait. I said, pulling back a little. What is this? What are we doing here? Oh, well, I didn't have enough courage to tell you that I like you, so I kissed you instead. He said, rubbing the back of his neck. You do? Hina asked, surprised. Well, yeah, I have for like a year now, Naru admitted. Really? I said, tears beginning to form in my eyes. Hey, why are you crying? It's okay, I'm here for you now. He pulled me into a comforting hug. So what is this? I asked, hope shining in my voice. I want you to be my girlfriend. I have for a long time, he said, lifting me up in his arms and walking over to a small bench. I like you a lot, Hinata Hyuga. I like you a lot, Naruto Uzumaki. I want to be your girlfriend too, I said, gazing into his ocean blue eyes. He leaned in closer, and before he could come any nearer, I pulled him down into a sweet kiss. And flashback. Hinata's POV. It had been a week since my kiss with Naruto. We still hung out every day with our friends. It was nice. He always held my hand, had his arm around my shoulder, and kissed my cheeks. The others felt awkward, but I didn't care. I was finally happy. There was still one thing on my mind. We're dating. But he hasn't asked me out yet. Ohio, Hinata. I turned around to see my boyfriend. Ohio, Naruto. How are you today? I asked, smiling at him. Much better now that I've seen you, he said, pulling me closer and leaning in for a kiss. Not in public, Naruto. I pulled away, blushing. Fine. Next thing I knew, he pulled me into an alley and kissed me without warning. I want to ask you something. Why haven't we gone out on a real date, Naruto? He looked surprised by my question, and I suddenly felt uncomfortable as he looked down at the ground. Oh, Hinata. You ruined my surprise. I was going to ask you out after I kissed you, he said, his eyes reflecting sadness. I'm sorry, sweetie. Will a kiss make it better? A small blush crept onto my cheeks after I called him sweetie. His blue eyes met mine, and he broke into a cheeky smile. This time, I kissed him first and he gladly accepted it. How about tomorrow? We'll go to the flower festival and have fun, okay? Okay, Naruto, I'll be ready at noon. Well, alright then. I'll pick you up at 12:30, and then we'll go. We walked hand in hand through the park when we saw something unimaginable. My honey and I hid behind a tree and witnessed Sakura and Sasuke kissing. We continued watching them share sweet moments in the middle of the park, occasionally checking to see if anyone was watching. What does this mean, Hina? Naruto asked, wide-eyed. I don't know. Get down, they're getting up. I whispered urgently. The couple walked just outside of Konoha into the forest. Naruto and I trailed behind. Lucky for us, there were plenty of bushes and trees to hide behind. How much longer until we can tell everyone, Sasuke? We've been going out for 2 months. Sakura pouted. 2 months? Naruto exclaimed in disbelief. I quickly covered his mouth and stayed completely still. Sasuke looked into the forest intently, but luckily didn't see us. I know, Sakura. We were going to tell them the night of graduation, but then things for Naruto and Hinata finally happened. It would have been rude to rain on their parade, he said, kissing her forehead. I felt guilty for interrupting their plans but also touched by how much they cared. When he kissed her forehead, I found it sweet since she was always insecure about it. Maybe we can tell them tomorrow when we go to the flower festival, okay, my flower? He reassured her, kissing her on the lips. Naruto's POV. When Sasuke said that, I felt bad about telling the guys about my date with my love. I pulled Hinata a little farther away from them, but still where we could see. What are we doing here? She asked, looking a little frustrated. Hinata, I know we haven't gone out on a real date, but how about we postpone our date until Sunday? I mean, I don't want to ruin their plans twice, I said, trying to keep an eye on the two lovebirds. That's true. Okay, we'll postpone so tomorrow they can tell us. Now let's get back. I can't hear what they're saying, she said, tugging at my hand. Then she's so cute. Sasuke, stop that. Haha. Sakura giggled. Shoo, someone could hear us. Sasuke said, tickling her sides. They walked back into the village after about an hour of sweet moments. Oh wait, now I know how they feel when Hinata and I do that. Yay, some Sasuke and Sakura love. Do you think Naruto and Hinata will confront Sasuke and Sakura? Sakura's POV. Tomorrow is the day Sasuke and I are going to tell everyone about us dating. It's been 2 months since we started going out, and I still remember the day when he first kissed me. Flashback 2 months. I was sitting next to Sasuke, and he kept shooting me glances. I, having a major crush on him, felt a little uncomfortable. We went to lunch, and it was a nice day, so everyone was outside eating. I was left alone since I took so long to eat, while the rest went on to the field to mess around. To my surprise, Sasuke sat next to me. We sat there in awkward silence until I finally spoke. It's a nice day today. Why are you sitting here next to me instead of playing with those fools? I said quietly, realizing they were fools since Shikamaru and Naruto kept falling down. I dunno. I kinda like it here with you, he said, looking away. My face turned pink at his words. He probably just means like a friend. Don't overreact, Sakura. Oh, Sakura. Can I tell you something? Sure, Sasuke, what is it? I asked, intrigued. For a while now, I've had some feelings. For me? OMG. Sasuke, breathe. I want to see if they are what I think they are. But to do that, I need you to come with me somewhere private. I turned to look at him, stunned and in complete shock. My emerald eyes met his dark ones, and without thinking, I said, okay. Not even 10 seconds after I said that, he grabbed my hand and led me into the school, pulling me into a storage closet. Why are we in here, Sasuke? I asked, confusion creeping into my voice. I told you it was somewhere private, and Konaha High isn't exactly a secluded place. Except for here, he replied with a cheeky smile. Sasuke never smiles. What's his angle? What is he planning? Now why are we in here? I asked, eyeing him suspiciously. Close your eyes and then I'll tell you, he said, still smiling. Curiosity overtook me, and I did as he asked. I waited, but nothing happened. Sasuke? I asked, opening my eyes. Don't open. Give me a sec. His voice lacked the usual confidence. For a brief moment, I opened my eyes and saw him pacing the tiny room. I felt his hands brush through my hair, his warm breath just inches away from my face. Goosebumps spread across my arms. Then, I felt his lips gently press against mine. I opened my eyes in shock and saw his eyes tightly closed. I wanted to pull away, but he drew me closer. I closed my eyes again and cupped his face. We shared our first kiss. In a storage closet. Afterward, we stepped back outside. Hey, where have you two been? Ino asked. The library, I said. The cafeteria, Sasuke added. We were in the cafeteria, then we went to the library, I explained nervously. Okay. Ino shrugged and returned to the field to join the others. We exchanged smiles, our hands inching closer together as we sat in comfortable silence, completely blissful. Naruto's POV. I still can't believe what Hinata and I saw yesterday. Today is the flower festival, and I had to put on one of my best kimonos. You'd think it would be casual, but it's actually a big deal. I don't own many kimonos, so I went with my blue one with orange stripes. I glanced at the clock. 11:30 a.m. 11:30? Ah, crap. I'm going to be late. Slipping on my shoes, I dashed out the door and locked up. 12 p.m. Okay, I'm right on time. We changed our plans for me to pick Hinata up at noon instead of 12:30 since this is a group outing now. Ding dong. I waited for Hinata to answer the door, but instead, her dad, Hayashi, appeared. Naruto, what are you doing here? He asked, a look of disapproval on his face. Geez, can he not like me even a little? I mean, I am dating his daughter. Oh, I'm here to pick Hinata up for our group date. We're going on a group date with the gang to the festival. I'll see you later, father. Hinata interrupted, dragging me out the door. Wow. Hinata, you look amazing. She wore a purple kimono adorned with cream-colored flowers, her hair elegantly styled with chopsticks. She had minimal makeup, just eyeliner and lip gloss, but she looked flawless. Oh, thank you, Naruto. You look very handsome as well, she said, blushing. We walked hand in hand to the festival, waiting for the others. Hey, Hinata? Why did you cut me off when I was about to say, date, in front of your dad? Well, I haven't told him we're dating. Before you say anything, you know he would disapprove, and I don't want to deal with that right now. Plus, I kind of like dating in secret. It makes things more exciting, she said, giving me a wink. Well, I guess that's true, but you have to tell him sometime. Hey, here come Sakura and Sasuke. Act cool, I said, trying to lighten the mood. Ohio, guys. The others haven't arrived. Sakura asked. No. Hey, why did you two come together? Any reason? I asked, raising an eyebrow. Oh, no reason. We just walked together. Hee hee. Sakura replied, her eyes wide. Stop pretending, I exclaimed, letting my emotions get the best of me. What do you mean, Baka? Sasuke asked, maintaining his cool demeanor. Good job, Naruto. We saw you two in the park, kissing, and in the forest, getting cozy. Hinata said excitedly. Keep your voice down, they yelled in unison. Okay, yes, we have been dating, but, Sasuke started. For 2 months. You were going to tell us on graduation night, but we started dating, yeah. Like I said, we followed you guys into the forest, I said, rushing them along. Hey, what's up, guys? My loud cousin, Temari, shouted, followed by the rest of the group. Don't forget to tell them. Hinata sang. We spent hours wandering around, playing games and enjoying the festival. One thing I didn't like was how Shikamaru kept winning prizes for Temari, and I knew Gaara and Kankuro didn't like it either. By the end of the night, I had won the most prizes for Hinata. The final scores were me and Hinata. I won her 22 prizes. Sasuke and Sakura, he won her 17 prizes. Shikamaru and Temari, he won her 15 prizes. Ino and Sai, he won her 13 prizes. In the end, Ten had the most prizes since she was the only single girl, and the rest of the guys were single. They had won her 36 prizes. Hinata and I kept glancing at the secret couple, hoping they would confess soon. Finally, we sat down to eat, and they revealed their secret. What? The rest of the group exclaimed in unison. Hinata and I couldn't stop laughing as Kiba had noodles coming out of his nose, Choji abruptly stopped chewing and accidentally sprayed Shino, Shikamaru poked himself in the tongue with a chopstick, Sai sat there with a mouthful of lobster, Lee's eyes widened even more, Ten dropped several of her prizes into her food, Ino was gasping for air, and my cousins wore identical expressions of shock. It was all very entertaining. It took a while to think about how everyone reacted when they found out that SasuSaku was finally a thing. Sasuke's POV. The couple of goofballs couldn't stop laughing at the group's reaction, and neither could Sakura. I, on the other hand, was just smiling while holding Sakura's hand. In public. Wait. Hinata, did you and Naruto know? Kiba asked, his nostrils flaring. Aha, they managed to say before bursting into laughter again. Realizing they were all a mess, they quickly composed themselves. Shino had the most trouble since Choji had sprayed him. How come they knew? Ino asked, her voice high-pitched. Well, they kind of saw us kissing, Sakura said, hiding behind my shoulder. She was so cute. I never thought I would feel this kind of affection towards another person. How long have you guys been dating? Temari asked. 2 months. They kept it a secret from all of us for that long. Naruto said with a smirk while Hinata buried her face in his chest. They do make a cute couple. Not as cute as me and Sakura. After an hour of talking about my flower and myself, we shifted the conversation to Naruto and Hinata. Ino, Ten, and Temari, being the girls they are, came up with couple names. How about Hinata? Ino suggested. That's better than Haruto, Temari replied. I don't know, it should have an equal amount of their names, Ten added. Their eyes sparkled in unison. NaruHina. Ooh, and SasuSaku. Temari shouted. Geez, you girls are such a drag, Shikamaru said with a bored expression. Hinata's POV. Those girls are such goofballs. Apparently, I am part of the couple. NaruHina. Naruto had won me so many prizes that it was hard to walk with all of them. It was quite a sight to see 2 18-year-olds with arms full of teddy bears, ponies, and other goodies. Soon, the group disbanded, leaving just the 2 couples walking in silence. I was holding hands with Naruto, resting my head on his shoulder. Sakura and Sasuke were whispering to each other, and Sakura couldn't stop giggling. Do you guys want to sit down for a while? It's kind of hard to carry all of these stuffed animals, Naruto suggested. Sure, I replied. We sat down on the grass, surrounded by our stuffed animals, making cushions out of our combined prizes. We all leaned back, cuddling together. You know what, Hinata? Naruto said in a hushed voice. I looked up at him. He leaned closer to my ear and whispered, I love you. My face flushed red and I felt breathless. We've only been dating for a week, and he says he loves me. I love him too, but I'm not ready to say it. It's okay if you don't say it back. I just wanted to tell you that I love you, he said softly. He brushed my bangs aside and kissed me gently. Tomorrow is our date. Where are we going? I asked, trying to hide my awkwardness. That's for me to know and you to find out, he said playfully, getting up. He helped me up, and Sasuke followed suit, looking slightly disheveled. But you should dress nicely, he added. We gathered our prizes, and the couples split up since the boys wanted to walk their girls home. I found it amusing that Sasuke lived on my side of town and Naruto lived on Sakura's. We arrived at my front steps and chatted for an hour about random things. It was nice. He turned to look at me and I looked back at him. He gently held the back of my neck and stroked my cheek, leaning down so our faces were inches apart. Our lips barely brushed against each other when my dad opened the door. What are you doing here, Naruto? Hinata, get inside. But father. Now please. Yes, sir. I gathered my prizes and went inside. I ran up to my room and saw Naruto just outside the gates. Naruto! I called out. He looked up in surprise, and his face lit up when he saw me. Stay there. I instructed. He nodded. I dashed to the backyard and around the house to the front gate. I slipped my hand through the openings and pulled his face forward, pressing my lips against his in an extraordinary kiss. "I love you too," I whispered. Leaving him without letting him respond, I returned to my room, feeling content. I woke up in a haze. It was Sunday. I looked at the clock. 12 p.m. Noon. It's already noon. Today is my official date with Naruto. I can't be sleeping in. The date isn't until calm down. I had my brunch and decided to pick out what I was going to wear tonight. Naruto said to dress nicely. I searched for my mom's dress, which I always kept hanging in the back of my closet in a plastic cover. It was white with light purple decals and deep purple flowers, reaching mid-calf with long, loose sleeves. I decided to add my own touch, a white sash at the waist and my purple pumps. Yes, that should do. After taking a shower, I changed into casual clothes, skinny jeans, high tops, and a solid green top. I felt uneasy. Am I really that nervous about the date? No, that couldn't be it. I still couldn't shake that weird feeling. Just wandering around aimlessly, I had run into everyone except Naruto. Is something wrong? Curious, I decided to go to his apartment. Knock knock. I waited for 5 minutes. Nothing. Knock knock. Go away. A groggy voice called from the other side of the door. Naruto, are you okay? What? Hinata, I didn't realize it was you. The door is open. This was the first time I was entering his apartment. Should I be nervous? Opening the door cautiously, I walked inside to see Naruto wrapped up in blankets, tissues scattered everywhere. You're sick. Don't worry, Hina, I'll be better for our date, he managed to say between sneezes. I knew something was wrong. No, you're sick. It's okay, I'll take care of you. Let me go get some things, and I'll be back in 30 minutes, I said, tucking him in. Just as I was about to leave, he said, "This is why I love you." I closed the door and ran to the market. I bought some medicine, soup, candles, and flowers. I already had something planned. I dashed home to grab my dress, shoes, and everything else I would need to get ready for our date. I entered the apartment without warning, only to find Naruto in just his boxers. Ah! I screamed, turning around and dropping everything except for my most prized dress. What? Hinata, I'm sorry. Let me get dressed, he said, still sounding hoarse. Just get in your pajamas. You're sick, I replied, keeping my back turned as I gathered my things. I was probably glowing with embarrassment. I honestly didn't mind the sight. It just surprised me. Okay. I cautiously turned around and saw Naruto blushing, covered in blankets. Take your medicine, Naruto. He took his medicine and looked at me. I love you, Hinata Hyuga. You're so good to me and we've only been going out for a week and a half. Well, how long have you liked me? I mean, when did you realize you liked me? I questioned him. The year. I should have noticed you sooner. I'm sorry, he said, looking down. I should have told you sooner that I loved you since that day you saved me from those boys, I said, lifting his chin. He looked shocked, happy, and sad all at once. Why do you say these things when I'm sick? I can't kiss you, he pouted. It was already 3 in the afternoon, and he had fallen asleep. I went to work cleaning his apartment, spreading the flowers around the room, and placing the candles. He was still asleep when I found the shirt I was looking for in his closet. It was a t-shirt with a tie design. I wanted him to look nice, but still be comfy. I laid it out and went to take a shower since I was sweaty from cleaning. After I finished, I put my hair in a top bun and slipped on his robe. Naruto, wake up. He turned, and his eyes widened when he saw me. You look good in that, he said with a cheeky smile. I blushed. Jay, just comb your hair and put this on. But stay in here until I say. I went into the other room to get dressed, combed my hair, and put on my shoes. I lit the candles and went to get him. I walked him into the kitchen with my hands covering his eyes. When I let go, he was speechless. Today is our date, I said simply. Thank you, Hinata. I handed him his soup, and we enjoyed our meal together. It was a wonderful evening, despite Naruto being sick, and we couldn't kiss. It was 9 at night when I left. I must have looked stunning because I received a lot of attention. Hinata's POV. Naruto had finally recovered from being sick, and we were walking through the village with his arm around my shoulder. "Hey, you guys," I casually greeted another couple in front of us. "Ohio, what are you guys doing? Do you want to go get lunch?" Sakura asked. "Sure. Let's eat at the barbecue house," Naruto said eagerly. As the four of us walked, we received a mix of rude, cute, and gossipy looks from everyone. "Geez, did you see how they were staring at us?" Sasuke asked with a disgusted expression as we sat down. "Yeah. Shu, listen," I said, tuning my ear to the booth of girls behind us. "Yeah, that's Naruto and Hinata. I know. They are a cute couple." "Yeah, but I wish he was still single. He is so hot." "Hands off, he's mine." Naruto had a sheepish grin that faded when he saw my annoyed expression. "I heard that Sakura and Sasuke are dating now too." "Oh yeah, they were dating in secret for a while. Some people say it was a few months, others say a year." Sakura blushed. "I think the couples should be reversed." "What do you mean?" "Like Sakura and Naruto and Hinata and Sasuke." "What?" All of us stared at one another, and at the same time, Sakura and I moved closer to our partners. "No way. They are perfect. Plus, if they change now, the gossip in Konoha will be all mixed up." "Thank you, wait. Gossip? Konoha?" "Yeah. Those four are now the two most popular couples in Konoha." The boys had the biggest smiles on their faces. Sakura looked pleased with the news, and as for me, I was completely scared out of my mind. I hadn't even told my father the truth. If he heard it from some rumor, he would truly be furious. "Hey, Hina, what's wrong?" Naruto asked, noticing my horrified expression. I just gave him a certain look. "Oi, that's a problem." "What is?" Sakura asked. "Hayashi," I said, still trying to figure it out. "Don't worry about it. He probably doesn't even listen to gossip," Sasuke reassured. "He has spies in the village watching out for our clan. He worries about me most," I replied. After our fill of barbecue pork, we walked out and headed to the park. We played around, still receiving the same stares from earlier. Finally, as the sun began to set and no one was around, I decided it was okay for some public displays of affection. As we watched the sunset, I turned Naruto's head towards mine. He looked at me with a huge smile on his face. I pulled him down into a kiss, and he scooted closer to me. He leaned down, causing me to lie back on the grass, never breaking the kiss. I shifted us to our sides, making it a bit more comfortable. "Ugh, you guys get a room," exclaimed, turning away from us. I sat up and fixed my hair, while Naruto remained on the ground, wanting me back in his arms. I helped him up, and we sat together with the other two as they began to kiss. We decided to leave them alone since things were getting a bit heated, and he walked me home. "I love you, Hinata Hyuga. We'll tell Hayashi soon so I can tell the world," he said proudly. "I love you too, Naruto Uzumaki." When we arrived at my house, he quickly gave me a kiss and ran off. "I love you so much, Na." "Who?" my dad asked as he opened the door. "No one," I said, rushing past him into my room. "I love you too, Naruto Uzumaki. I love you too," I whispered to myself as I drifted off to sleep. Naruto's POV. I was getting fed up with dating in secret. At first, it was fun, even though we had only been together for 3 weeks, but now it felt like a hassle. I couldn't kiss her when I dropped her off at home, and we had to be careful not to be seen when we did kiss. The only places we could share those moments were at our friends' houses and mine when we hung out there. We needed to tell Hayashi soon. I called Hinata on her cell. "Hello." "Hey, it's me." "Oh, I can't talk right now. Sakura is here." "So Hayashi is there." "I'm spending some time with my family." "I'm coming over." "I'm going to tell Hayashi." "No. Don't. Please, Sakura." "Oh, it's nothing, Niji, nothing." "Excuse me. Are we going to talk privately?" "Yes." "Naruto, you can't do things like that. I'm tired of this, we have to tell him." "I know, but..." "No. No more buts. I need to tell him. I love you and you love me. He'll just have to accept that." "You can come over tomorrow. Today is my family day." I'm coming, Hanabi. I have to go, Naruto. I love you. I love you too. I hung up the call and waited for tomorrow. The next day, I woke up, took a shower, and got dressed quickly. I wanted to look nice but still casual. I put on my black jeans, a blue t-shirt, and my orange sneakers. I texted Hinata to let her know I was on my way. As I walked to her house, I was about to ring the doorbell when Hinata opened the door and pulled me inside. Hey Hina. What's the rush? Then I realized. Okay, see father, I told you Naruto would come, so just listen. She looked at me with her gorgeous pale eyes. What do I do? Mr. Hayashi. I leaned into Hinata's ear. Do I tell him? All she did was nod. Here sir, let's sit down. Don't tell me what to do in my own house. He sat down. I could feel Hinata's pulse race as she held my hand tightly. Niji was also peering in, thinking he was some kind of ninja. Well, for about 3 weeks now. Since the graduation ceremony. He stared at me intensely, and I looked down at Hinata. She glanced at me, then her father with a stern look. Then, to my surprise, she pulled my head down and kissed me. I tried to pull back, but it felt different better. I pulled her head closer to mine, and she eventually pulled back. I then snapped back to reality. What is the meaning of this? Hayashi yelled. Father, there is nothing you can do about it, she yelled back at him. Geez, she's so fierce like this. Focus, Naruto, focus. I'm sorry, Hayashi. No. You will address me as SRHY. You have RU. Don't. Ruin? Ruin what? Me. I haven't ruined your daughter. She loves me and I love her. There is nothing you can do. I snapped back at him. I forbid you from seeing my daughter. Hinata, you're grounded. Now leave my house before I call the police, he yelled as he got up. Fine. Fine, I'll leave. But neither you nor anyone else can keep me away from Hinata. I got up and pulled Hinata with me as we rushed to the door. I can't take you from your family, but I'll be back. Maybe not for days or a week, but I'll be back. Get out of our house, you brat. Niji yelled while walking toward me. I love you, Naruto. I love you too, Hinata. I'll be back. I gave her a quick kiss before Niji pushed me out the door. I could hear them yelling at Hinata, with poor Hanabi trying to defend her. I walked away feeling defeated. I needed to find a way to be with her. Hinata's POV. A week. A week without seeing Naruto. I felt so alone these past days. I couldn't talk to him on the phone since my father would hear, and I missed his calming voice. My best friends visited every day to tell me how he was doing since I couldn't leave the house. I hated my father. How are you? My father asked as he entered my room without knocking. I turned to look out my window. Look, Hinata. I know you think you hate me and that I don't want you to be happy. No. No, you don't. I love Naruto with all my heart and soul. I screamed at him. You will not start to disrespect me as long as I'm still your father. What if someone kept you from mom? How would you survive? If she hadn't died in that car accident, she would understand. I yelled, trying to make him see. Don't drag her into this. Just leave me alone. If I can't see my love, then will you grant me my solitude? I said, starting to cry. Fine. But this isn't over. You'll see my point when you spend time away from him. He turned and left. I wiped the tears from my eyes and looked out the window. Naruto? Is that him? On my rooftop? Right outside my window? Nah, Naruto? Shoo, open the window, he said through the glass. I opened the window and pulled him inside. Naruto. I've missed you so much. I pulled him into a warm embrace, feeling the familiar spark between us. I've missed you too. But I can't stay, he said, gently pulling away. Why not? I asked, confusion clouding my heart. Because. Your father is right. I've realized. Naruto. No, please. I love you. It's over. No. This isn't happening. Naruto, please. No. Hinata? Are you alright? It's okay, I'm here. Hanabi said, comforting me. You fell asleep after father left your room, Then you started screaming. No, no, I'm fine, Hanabi. It's okay. Just a dream. It was just a dream. Naruto is okay, I'm okay. Breathe, breathe. Phew. Hello. Hinata? Is that you? Naruto? Why wouldn't it be? Your dad said he cut off your phone. No. I was overjoyed, speechless for a moment. Do you still love me? What? Of course. I will always love you, Hinata Hyuga. Why would you ask that? I just had a bad dream. I love you so much, Naruto. I wish I could kiss you. I'm coming to your house tomorrow night. What? No, it's not safe. Father will see you and call the police. Don't worry. I'll come in through your window. Even if it's just for 5 minutes. I need to see you. Okay. Be here after 8 p.m. but before 10 p.m. Got it. I'll see you tomorrow. I love you, Hinata. Footsteps approached my door, and by the rhythm I could tell it was Niji. I have to go, Niji is coming. I love you too, Naru. See you tomorrow night. I hung up the call and quickly hid my phone. Who were you talking to? He asked, glancing around my room. No one. I want to be left alone. You know as well as I do that Hayashi is right. Well, what if he said that you couldn't see Tenten anymore? Huh? I shot back, a small smirk on my face. His face grew pale, eyes wide. How do you know about that? Come on, I saw how mad you got when I told you how many prizes the guys won her, I said, still annoyed. Nevertheless, Hayashi is right. That fool could never be suitable for anyone from the Hyuga clan. Then disown me. I don't want to be part of a clan that doesn't accept true love. I shouted. What did you just say, young lady? Oh no. Hayashi. You don't want to be part of this clan. Well, excuse me if you think this is unfair, but you will not ruin the clan. We are one of the most honorable clans in Konoha. Yeah, I know. But so are the Uchihas, and they accept Sakura. I argued, trying to make my point. Niji, come, we'll let Hinata see her mistake. She needs to understand us, Hayashi said as he exited my room. No. You need to understand me. Why didn't my father understand? I lay in bed, motionless, tears filling my eyes as I stared at the only picture I had of me and Naruto. Kiba's birthday had just passed, and all I could think about was calling him. It had been 2 weeks since I last saw Naruto. I texted him, telling him not to come that night since my father had intense security around the house. Tenten came by, claiming she wanted to see me, but she was really just after Niji. She did tell me how Naruto was doing, saying he was miserable. I felt bad for him, but a part of me was a bit happy. What? I didn't want him to be happy away from me. I needed to see Hinata. 2 weeks was too long. I came up with a plan. Even though she said not to come, I had to. I'm pretty sure I could get past the guards. I mean, I am pretty sneaky. Hey, how's it going? Gar asked. Miserable. I can't see Hinata. Dude, Kankuro interrupted. My cousins were visiting me for the day. How am I supposed to? She is my other half. My better half. Calm down. She is going to be ungrounded sometime. Then you guys can be together. Yeah, why don't you break up with Shikamaru then come crap? Naruto. I told you that in confidence. It's nothing, guys. Really? Temari stuttered to her brothers. Even though Gaara was younger than her, he would protect her with his life, just like Kankuro. Probably Shika now too. You're going out with Shikamaru? The duo shouted in unison. After an hour of arguing, the brothers decided to accept it. Why couldn't Hinata's family be like that? Anyway, I had to finish my plan. I barely ate that day. It was already midnight. Should I call him? My back was facing my window as I looked at the picture of Naruto and me. Hey, when did you get that picture? I want a copy. I fell off my bed in surprise at the voice behind me. Naruto? Is that you? I asked, looking at the figure before me. Did you already forget how I look? Naruto! I exclaimed, pulling him into a warm embrace. Shoo, unless you want Hayashi to hear me, he said, holding my face gently. What are you doing here? How did you get past security? I have my ways. But you are coming with me. I know I said I wouldn't take you from your family, but I can't. Okay, I said without a second thought. What? You understand you would be running away from home, right? I'm 18. I can do whatever I want. But I have to tell Hanabi. She'll tell father and Niji tomorrow. Hide for a minute. I went into Hanabi's room, and to my surprise, she was still awake. I told her to come to my room. Yes, she said, entering my sanctuary. Come here. I need to tell you something. Okay, you can't tell father or Niji. What is it? She asked, shutting the door. Ooh, sweet little Hanabi. Thank you for doing this, Naruto said, emerging from the closet. Gasp and sh. We both covered Hanabi's mouth with our hands. What are you doing here? She asked, eager to know. We explained our plan, and she looked at me with sadness in her eyes. Hanabi, you know if I stay here, I'll never be happy. But where will you go? Will you leave Konoha? Will you stay at Naruto's? Naruto and I exchanged glances, realization dawning on us. We haven't planned that out. I guess we'll stay at my house. But I don't know for how long. At Naruto's house. In the same bed. My face turned as red as Mars. Sis. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'll text you if we move. Just act normal and make sure no one comes in here until tomorrow. I said, hugging my little sister. You're leaving now? Yeah. Hinata is just going to pack up some things and then we're gone. Naruto replied, giving Hanabi a hug as well. She left the room, and I packed the necessary items I would need. Naruto opened the window and looked back at me as he climbed out. Are you sure about this? Absolutely, I replied, giving him a reassuring smile. Hiding from the security guards, we made it out of the Hyuga residence and across town. Naruto's POV. Wait here for just a minute, Hinata. I rushed into my apartment, tossing clothes into the hamper, trash into the bin, and clearing space for her belongings. In record time, I cleaned up the bathroom. 5 minutes later. Okay, come on in. I said, opening the door. I know it's small, but we can always move and we can transfer. Naruto. It's okay. We can stay here. We'll have to face Hayashi sometime, so why bother moving? Plus, it's easier since we have 4 years of school ahead of us. She said with her calming voice. She wandered around my 2-room apartment 3 if you count the restroom. We had hung out here before, but I guess she never really saw how my apartment was. From the kitchen to my room, then to the restroom, she looked around. Finally, she set her bag on my dresser and sat on my bed. So, I said casually, what do we do now? Well, it's 2 in the morning. Guess we should sleep, she said, blushing. Well, I'm not really that tired. If you're tired, you can sleep. Okay. She exited the room and went into the restroom. I took the opportunity to change into my black t-shirt and red pajama bottoms. Why were we so awkward around each other? We've kissed and laid down together before. But I guess now that we're sort of living together, we have to get used to it. She came out in a purple tank top and yellow pajama capris, her hair tied up in a messy bun. She looked flawless. You can have the bed. I'll sleep on the floor. It's okay, Naruto, I'll sleep on the floor. You don't have to, she said with her sweet smile. No. It's rude to treat a lady that way. I insist. I didn't want her to sleep on the floor. Hinata's POV. I didn't want Naruto to sleep on the floor. Even though I offered, I didn't want to. Hey, Hinata. Courage. You have to be strong. It's just sleep. Or, we can both sleep on the bed. My face flushed with embarrassment. I looked up at him, and his eyes widened. I guess he never expected me to say that. Only if you're comfortable with it. I am. Really, it's okay. You go ahead and lie down. I'm going to go out on the patio, he said while walking out. I lay down in the corner and curled up into a ball. Covering myself with the blankets, I took a deep breath. The scent of Naruto was intoxicating. I couldn't sleep, so I just lay there in silence. I could hear Naruto on the phone with someone, and I was curious to know who he was speaking to. Uncle Jiraiya, was all I heard him say. Naruto's POV. No, I can't just leave Konoha with her, I said, quietly arguing with the man on the other side of the phone. Well, you know you can always stay at my place in the forest. Even if it's just for a week. You can, Uncle Jiraiya. Stop being like that. I peeked inside to see if Hinata was okay. She was already asleep. What? You know as well as I do that your hormones are going to be out of control, the old man said. You're such a pervert. You know that, Jiraiya. He made a point, but Hinata is different. Special. I would never do anything to hurt her. No, seriously, boy. Just lay low for a week or two and take her to my place. You know where the spare key is. Thanks. But we have to be here for Sasuke's birthday since Sakura already made all these crazy plans. We'll leave tomorrow or later today, and maybe spend a week or two there. You have food there, right? I asked my uncle. Mainly microwavable stuff, but you guys can live off that. Our conversation continued for a while before I went to lie down. I looked at the beauty before my eyes, lying there. Her hair was out of the bun and loose. She looked so peaceful. I slowly lay down next to her, trying not to move the bed. I kept a good distance away from her so she wouldn't feel uncomfortable. You're not going to lie closer? She said with her eyes closed. She cuddled up next to me, and I pulled her into a gentle hug. We fell asleep in each other's arms. Hinata's POV. I woke up. I was lying there motionless, not wanting to wake him. I was next to my lifelong crush while he was sleeping, hugging me. I nuzzled into his chest and realized something. Oh no. Naruto. Wake up. What, Hinata? He said, his voice still heavy with sleep. What time is it? I exclaimed. I looked at my phone and saw the message I was dreading. Hinata, I told Father and Niji an hour ago, but I didn't tell them that you went with Naruto because I didn't know if I was supposed to. Niji is going to be at Naruto's house in 30 minutes because he suspects, so I hope you're not there. I love you. Hanabi. She sent that message 20 minutes ago. Naruto, wake up. Niji is coming. He'll be here in 10 minutes. I have to hide. I screamed at Naruto. I dashed into the restroom and quickly put on some jeans and a t-shirt. I grabbed Naruto's shirt. I wasn't about to waste more time searching for one of mine. I slipped it on and tied up my hair. I rushed out of the restroom just as Naruto was putting on his shirt. Why do my clothes look so much better on you than me? He asked, glancing at my outfit. I look cute in everything. But we need to leave. Now. I grabbed my bag and noticed Naruto had a backpack with his things. Come on, my uncle Jiraiya said we could use his summer house in the forest. Alone. With Naruto. In the forest? Face, stay calm. Oh, okay, I stammered, looking into his eyes. I opened the window and had one leg out when. Naruto, you scum. I know Hinata is in there with you. Open up. Niji yelled from the other side of the door. Go to Sasuke's house. He's the only other one who knows about this. Hurry. Naruto said, pushing me out the window and handing me his backpack. Naruto's POV. I pushed Hinata out the window and gave her my backpack. I tousled my hair a bit and slipped off my shirt to look like I had just woken up. Even though I actually had. Niji, it's too early for this, I said, opening the door and pretending to yawn. Where is she? Niji demanded. Who? I replied, feigning ignorance. Hinata, you idiot. Niji shouted. Hinata is missing. I exclaimed, trying to act surprised. You really don't know where she is? He asked, his tone calming as he realized I might not know. No. You guys won't let me see her. How could I possibly know where she is? I retorted. Well, I thought for sure she would have come here. Let's search for her. But Naruto, I swear. If this is some kind of joke, Niji warned. Yeah, let me get dressed and I'll look for her. I slammed the door and put my shirt back on. I headed to Sasuke's house. Knock knock. Who is it? Sasuke asked. It's me, let me in. He opened the door, and I stepped inside to see Hinata eating breakfast. Ohayo, Naruto. Would you like something to eat too? Sakura asked, emerging in her pajamas. Sure, thanks, Sakura. What are you doing here this early? I inquired. She and Sasuke exchanged glances. Both blushing. Sakura's face was bright red while Sasuke's was a light pink. Yeah, I was wondering the same thing. Hinata said with a playful smirk. I got here 30 minutes before you. Did Hinata? Hee, Sakura said, her breath slightly uneven. Sasuke. You and Sakura were up to something. I burst into laughter. Naruto. That's rude. Probably true. But rude. Hinata scolded, joining in the laughter. After our laughter subsided, the current problem returned to my mind. Hinata. We need to leave. Niji is running around Konoha looking for you, I told her, wiping my mouth. Where are you guys going to go? Sasuke asked. We're going to Jiraiya's summer house, you remember, the one he took you, me, and Itachi to when we were kids, I explained. Oh, that place. Yeah, I remember where that is. If you need anything, call, and I'll bring it to you, he offered. Thanks, Sasuke. Come on, let's go, Naruto. Hinata tugged at my hand. We left the house and cautiously made our way to the exit of Konoha. Hinata's POV. Naruto and I were walking down the road when Hinata. Naruto, you found her. Niji exclaimed, looking pleased. He's happy that he gets to take me back. Bye, Niji. I called back, pulling Naruto down a different road. Niji chased after us as I tried to escape him. I managed to reach the gate of Konoha and turned to face Naruto. Well, where was he? I scanned the area, but he was nowhere in sight. Run, Hinata, run. Naruto yelled as Niji was less than 2 yards behind him. Not knowing where to go, I dashed into the forest. I ran for a good distance but couldn't find Naruto or Niji. I wandered through the forest for an hour, feeling lost and unsure of which direction Konoha was. Naruto! Naruto! Where are you? I shouted, my voice echoing. As it grew dark and cold, I spotted a beautiful house with lights on, so I approached and knocked on the door. Hey! It's you! Come on in. Where's your boyfriend? A white-haired man said, pulling me inside. Who is this white-haired man? Jiraiya, of course. But where's Naruto? Don't worry. Hinata's POV. I had been at Jiraiya's house for an hour. A very uncomfortable hour. Don't get me wrong. He's a cute, sweet old character. So let me get this straight. Your cousin Niji chased after you guys, you got separated, and now you think he's lost. Right? Yes. But he might be okay. He knows the forest much better than I do, but I still can't help but feel worried. I replied to Jiraiya. My boy will be fine. We'll look for him tomorrow, then I'll leave you two alone. So you can. You know, the old man said with a wink. I'd rather look for him now. If that's okay. I don't like the idea of him wandering around. I said, getting up to grab a flashlight. Oh, so you want to get right to it? He smirked. See? Told you. Pervert. Okay, I'll help look for him, but don't go too far. I don't want you to get lost too. I exited the house and went to search for my love. Naruto. Naruto. Geez, I'm right here. He emerged from behind a tree. Naruto. Where were you? I asked, relieved. I was looking for you. Where's your bag? At the house. Jiraiya is there. 'Tis unique. I said. He said he wasn't going to be there. Ugh, that old man, he replied. Yeah. So you weren't lost? I was just worried about you. Jiraiya didn't say anything to make you uncomfortable, did he? Well. We walked back as I explained everything, and we shared a sweet kiss. You old pervert. Why do you say things like that to my girlfriend? Naruto asked Jiraiya, a little upset. Hey, so you found him? Well then, I'll be staying here for the night since it's so late. I was expecting you guys here earlier, but now I can't drive in the dark. So sorry if I keep you two from any fun tonight, Jiraiya said, winking at us. Stop being such an old pervert. Is there anything else you can talk about? Naruto was a bit flustered. We had dinner, and Jiraiya continued with his antics. Despite Naruto's embarrassment, He seemed to enjoy spending time with his uncle. They goofed around until 1 in the morning. You guys can take the master bedroom and I'll be in the guest room, Jiraiya told us. I felt a blush creeping up and was about to get a little annoyed by his comment, but then I realized it was just his playful nature. But don't you two do anything until I'm out of the house. Ah. Kindness. I was going to say kindness. But nope. Just his usual antics. I'm too tired to argue with you, uncle. Good night. Naruto said, a hint of frustration in his voice as he pointed me toward the master bedroom. I could tell Naruto was very tired, but I was still wide awake. I'm going to change in there, you change in here. I'll be out in a few minutes. I grabbed my bag and went into the restroom. I changed into a purple spaghetti strap top and blue shorts. When I came out, I saw Naruto already asleep on the bed. I quietly watched him as he snored. He looked so cute. I got closer and noticed he was only wearing basketball shorts. I lay down next to him and snuggled into his chest. He turned and pulled me close, and I drifted off to sleep in his arms. Hinata's POV. Once again waking up, I found myself tangled in his arms. This time, he was snoring right in my ear. Very loudly. I couldn't move, but I didn't mind. I was next to the love of my life. Finally at peace. After lying awake in bed for 15 minutes, he finally turned, allowing me to get up. I went to the dresser, slipped on my sweatshirt, and put on Naruto's slippers since I hadn't brought any. I headed to the kitchen to prepare breakfast and found a note. Hey kids, I left early so you two could be alone. Jiraiya. I'm pretty sure you're the one reading this, Hinata. I know how my boy sleeps. Take care of him. I left some fresh eggs and milk in the fridge. Most of the other stuff is microwavable or just little packet things. Jiraiya. He is a sweet old man pervy, but sweet. I went to the fridge and found the eggs. I made some scrambled eggs and then realized. Today is our 5-week anniversary. Even though we hadn't seen each other for 2 weeks. I made the best out of what I had, preparing eggs and placing one of those little cupcake packets on the plate. I grabbed our plates and went into the bedroom. I almost dropped everything when I saw the room. There were yellow rose petals scattered around, and a few candles were lit. You didn't think I forgot our 5-week anniversary, did you? Naruto said, emerging from the restroom, still in just his basketball shorts. You did all this for me? I asked, placing the plates down on the table. Just for you. I love you, Hinata, and I always will. He then wrapped his arms around my waist and leaned in for a kiss. We shared a long kiss before I remembered the food. Naruto. I made some breakfast. It's not much since there's not a lot, but I made the best out of what we had. I handed him a plate, and we began to eat in bed. This is really good, Hinata. Did you give the old perv something to eat too? He asked, concerned for his uncle. He left a note saying he left early so we could be alone. Why is he so pervy? I dunno, but you love him. Once you get to know him. We finished our breakfast and went into the living room. Felt a little awkward since we were alone, but I guess we had to get used to it. The house phone rang. I got it. I made my way to the phone and answered. Hello. Hinata? Is this the right number? Of course it is. Naruto, it's Sakura and Sasuke. I put the phone on speaker. You guys are on speakerphone. You are too. Are you guys okay? Yeah, why wouldn't we be? Hayashi sent some guys into the forest to look for you too. How long ago? About an hour or 2. I don't think they'll go that deep into the forest, but Niji told us they are even going to look for you in other cities. What? Well, Hinata, he's worried about you. We'll be okay. Hinata, guess what? Geez, Sakura, not so loud. It's cute how the boys talk in unison. What? Ino and Sai are dating. We've only been gone a day, and they decide to date when we're not there. Hinata. Sorry, but if we're on the subject of couples, Niji and Tenten are dating. What? Shikamaru and Temari are going out too. What? How come you didn't tell me? I yelled at him. You know we can hear you guys. Yeah, so almost everyone is dating. Yeah. I wonder if the other guys are going to meet someone. We continued to talk for 2 hours, and by the time we got off the phone, it was already 2 in the afternoon. I stretched out on the couch and read a book. Where am I supposed to sit down? Naruto asked, holding a bag of chips. On the floor. I replied sarcastically. Oh really? He put his chips down and slowly made his way over to me. I put my book down and covered my stomach, already knowing what was coming. I can't sit on the couch, huh? No. I started to giggle. Fine then, I'll just make you move. He then proceeded to tickle my sides and stomach. Ah, Naruto. Ha, stop it. I laughed uncontrollably as he dug his fingers into my sides. Gathering my strength, I flipped him onto the floor and tickled him back. Ha ha ha. Hinata. I give, he yelled. I got off him and returned to the couch to read my book, making room for Naruto. Naruto's POV. After our tickle fight, Hinata and I watched a few movies. It was around 8 when we finally stopped our movie marathon. Hey, how big is the house? I've only been in 4 rooms. The bedroom, the restroom, the kitchen, and here. She seemed curious. Oh, well, it's 2 stories. There's a game room in the back, and on the 2nd floor, there are 2 guest rooms, another restroom, and Jiraiya's office. Wow, I don't mean to be rude, but is your family rich or something? Geez. What's with all the questions, Hinata? It's probably just curiosity. Oh, I don't really like to talk about it, but Jiraiya owns a chain of hotels in America, so I'm going to be in charge when he steps down. Unless he finds someone more suitable. I hoped I answered her questions adequately. Oh, I'll go if you go. Promise. I love you so much. Naruto. She fell asleep on my shoulder. I picked her up and carried her to the bedroom, lying down with her. Processing what she said, I realized I was going to marry her one day. Naruto's POV. It had been a week since we had run away. We were planning to go home in about another week for Sasuke's birthday, but I wasn't sure if we would stay. Ringtone, house phone. I got it. I got up to answer the phone. Hello. Ohayo Sakura. Well, you don't have to yell at me. Here is for you, Hina. I handed Hinata the phone. Geez, what's up with Sakura? Ohayo Sakura. Slow down. What? Okay, I won't. Promise. Don't yell. 7. Tonight. Okay, yeah, I'll set up the guest room. Yeah, it's pretty huge. Okay, bye. She hung up the phone and handed it to me. What was that about? I asked Hinata, curious about why Sakura was yelling. Oh. Well, she and Sasuke are coming around 7. She said Sasuke still knows the way. It's okay, right? Well, yeah, it's okay, but why are they coming here? I mean, we're going back to Konoha next week. Can't she tell you on the phone? I had no clue. Well, Sakura needs to talk to me about something rather serious, and she didn't want to discuss it on the phone. I'm going to set up the guest room for them. She quickly got up and tried to walk away, but I grabbed her by her waist and pulled her toward me. Whoa, 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 what does she need to tell you that is so important to interrupt our time together? I asked, pulling her closer. I can't tell you. Why not? I leaned in. Because I promised not to. Now let me go set up their room. For the price of a kiss. She then pulled me down into a kiss. It was unexpected, so I was caught off guard, giving her the opportunity to walk away. Time hop. Ohayo you guys, come on in, I greeted them. Sakura hugged me and quickly gave me a peck on the cheek. Hi. Where is your room? The end of the hall. Why? Okay, thanks, talk to you later, she said and dragged Hinata to our room. Nice to see you, Sasuke. Hinata managed to get out before Sakura shut the door. Geez, what's that all about? Asked Sasuke. I dunno. She begged me to come up with an excuse to leave the village since Hayashi is still on high alert. She looked so cute, though, he said, looking at the closed door, probably wondering what Sakura needed to tell Hinata. As was I. Hinata's POV. What? You heard right. Sakura. Seriously? You're not lying? Yes, Hinata. I came all the way out here just to prank you. Of course, I'm not lying. Sakura. Have you told Sasuke? No, I'm going to tell him on his birthday, she said proudly. I can't imagine a better present than being told you're going to be a daddy. I'm going to be an aunt. I also said proudly. I still can't believe I'm PRGNT. The doctor says I'm 6 weeks along, so I figured it's okay to tell him. Sakura. How are you going to do it? I mean, we haven't even started college and you're going to have a baby. Well, Sasuke will go to college and I'll go when the baby is older. His family does own a chain of 5-star restaurants, so we won't have to work right away. I've told Itachi, and he says he'll be more than happy to provide for our baby until we can. Sakura. Oh, your baby is going to have the best team of aunts and uncles. I hope Sasuke won't have that huge pride thing. 6 weeks? The math doesn't add up. I said with a sly look on my face. She grew a huge blush and looked down in embarrassment. Oh, we kind of celebrated on graduation night. Hee hee, she was still blushing. And you're sure it's going to be okay? If Sasuke messes up, I promise me and Naruto will help with the baby. I know Sasuke would never do that, though. Plus, you have your parents and Itachi. How long have you and Sasuke lived together? Since the beginning of summer, and I'm pretty sure Sasuke is going to be a good dad. We talked the night away discussing baby names, clothes, and many other baby-related things. I can't wait to have a baby with Naruto one day. Naruto's POV. Me and Sasuke talked about what was going on in Konoha and his upcoming birthday. What are you going to get me? He asked with a smirk. I'm not going to tell you. I really had no idea. Me and Hinata would figure something out. What do you think Sakura is going to get you? I dunno, she's throwing a big party. She'll probably get me a big present too. Hey listen. It's too quiet. There's no girly screaming, he said, looking at the door. We got up to check it out, and when we opened the door, the girls were asleep. I guess it's bedtime. Sasuke went and picked Sakura up gently, and I showed him to the room upstairs. I went to the bedroom, and Hinata had changed into her night clothes. Hey, go change and come lie down, she said with her sweet smile. I changed and went to lie down with Hinata. She kissed me softly and hugged me tightly. What was that for? Nothing. I'm just happy. We then fell asleep in each other's arms. Oh. Okay, here comes baby Uchiha. Maybe. I'm kidding. Or am I? Sakura's POV. Today is the party, and it's the day I'm going to tell Sasuke. I'm so nervous. Ohio. Why are you up so early? The handsome man lying next to me asked. Oh, nothing, go back to sleep. Happy birthday. I gave him a quick kiss and got up. Thank you. He turned around and went back to sleep. I walked to the mirror and glanced at my stomach. I'm a little bloated, but it's not too noticeable. Okay, this is good. I need to call ringtone, Sakura's cell. Hello. Hey, it's me. We're outside the gate. Okay, Hinata, I'll be out there in a sec. Bye. I put on a shirt, shorts, and my shoes, then walked to the gate with some wigs to give to them. Hello. Over here, the trees seemed to whisper. I walked over and saw Hinata and Naruto hiding in the bushes. I handed them their disguises, and we cautiously made our way back to Sasuke's house. So, are you feeling okay? Any morning sickness? Sure. Anyone could hear you. A little, but Sasuke is never awake that early, so. What are you talking about? Naruto seemed upset. Ohio guys, Sasuke greeted. Happy birthday. Hinata gave him a birthday hug. We're going to finish decorating. Hinata and I went to the living room, where Sasuke wasn't allowed, and called the girls over. Hinata's POV. Hinata, the trio shouted. Quiet. No one knows I'm here. Thank goodness Niji was busy today, I said. You've been missing for 2 weeks. Where did you go? Where's my cousin? Tamari asked. Me and him were hiding at Jiraiya's summer house until today. Oh, you and Naruto alone, huh? Did anything happen? Ino teased. Geez, you do have a dirty mind. I remembered Ino was dating Sai now, so I playfully punched her in the arm. Oh, what was that for? She asked. For deciding to date Sai after I left. I noticed Tenten was unusually quiet. What's wrong, Tenten? Well, I promised Niji that if I found anything out, I would tell him. You can't tell him yet, I promise I'll tell him soon. We talked for a while until we realized we still had a lot to do. 1 p.m. Hey, Sakura, can you get me the ladder? I need to hang these streamers. The ladder is kind of heavy, Ino. Yes, so? Are you getting weak living with a boy? Ino asked, smirking. Ino, just be nice. Today is important for her. It's Sasuke's birthday. It's just super important because of something. I said, trying to change the subject, not wanting them to know about the PR Jinnsui. What's going on? You've been missing in action. Why are you the only one who knows? Tamari asked suspiciously. Boom. Idea. Think of it as payback for when you didn't tell me about Naruto. I snapped back. Well, you found out later that day. You will too. We argued a bit until they finally dropped it. 3 p.m. Well, girls, I think we did a wonderful job. Sakura said proudly. Pisage. Well, you barely did anything. Ino. What did I say? Be nice, you guys will know at the party. I defended my soon-to-be mommy. Geez, can't you just tell us? We won't tell anyone. Tenten pleaded. Now, children, like Hinata said, this is a surprise for everyone. So you'll just have to wait until the party. Sakura said. Come on, we have to start getting ready. You guys go home and start getting dressed too. The party is at 6 o'clock sharp. The group left, and Sakura and I went to get dressed. After our showers, Sasuke seemed surprised when Sakura said she didn't want to shower with him. She's probably showing a little. After getting dressed, we revealed our beautiful setting for the party. Wow. This is just... wow. Does that mean you like it, Sasuke? I asked, nudging him. Wow. Thank you so much, guys. He went to hug Sakura, but she pulled away. He looked hurt by her actions and turned to me. I guess he thought I knew what was going on. I do. I just shook my head and gave him a warm smile. Just wait a little bit, Sasuke. You'll know soon enough. You'll know your surprise. Sasuke's POV. Sakura had been acting really strangely today. Of all days, she doesn't want to be around me. On my birthday, I tried to look on the bright side. Everyone was here, even Itachi since he's always at the restaurants, and they were having fun. Tenten seemed sad since Niji couldn't be here, but she knew it was for the best. Hinata and Sakura sneaked off into the kitchen. What is going on? Calm down, Sasuke. Remember, today is your birthday. So maybe a present. Yeah, a present. You look tense. You alright? Kiba asked, taking a gulp of punch. I don't know, man. Something is going on with Sakura. Hinata seems to know, and Naruto is just as clueless as I am. Don't worry, it's probably something to do with your birthday. Hey, Shino. He staggered off in Shino's direction. Someone probably spiked the punch. I walked into the kitchen to see what my love was doing. Hello? Are you okay? Oh, don't do that, Sasuke. You scared us. Hinata scolded. Sorry. Just wanted to let you know someone spiked the punch, and Kiba is a little buzzed. Naruto probably is too. Are you guys going to come join the party or? We'll be out in a few minutes with the cake, okay? Now go sit down and make sure everyone is seated too, okay? Love you. Sakura kissed me and shooed me out of the kitchen. Sakura's POV. Let me grab the cake and we'll go out so you can make the announcement. Hinata was really excited. I'm so nervous. It's okay. Now let us sing the birthday song to your baby daddy. I'm sorry, I think I drank some of the punch. Don't you drink any? Okay, let's go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Hinata and I began singing, and the rest of the guests joined in. Happy birthday, dear Sasuke. Happy birthday to you. Yay! The song ended as Hinata set the cake down. Make a wish. Ino yelled. He blew out the candles and then we served everyone. 30 minutes passed, and I decided it was time. Okay, breathe, Sakura, breathe. Excuse me. I would like to make a toast, an announcement type thing. Hee hee. Everyone's eyes centered on me. I looked at Hinata, and she nodded and smiled at me. It's okay. Do this for your future family. First off, happy birthday to my love. He smiled. I have loved you for a long time, and I didn't think you would notice me. Until you did. Since that day, you have loved me like no other. Is that a tear in Sasuke's eye? Oh no. Now I'm starting to cry. And that is why. Phew. I know. He'll make a wonderful father. Congrats, Daddy. I really started to cry, but I kept my posture. Hoo-hoo. Go baby Uchiha. Hinata hollered. It was dead silence as Hinata made her way toward me. She could see the panic in my eyes. Really? I barely heard a whisper from Sasuke. Yeah. I said, crying more. Did you hear that? I'm gonna be a daddy, he yelled, picking me up in a joyful embrace. He set me down and kissed me, then my stomach. Everyone cheered and congratulated us on our baby. So that's what it was. Sorry for being mean. But why a baby? Said. It's okay. I still can't believe it myself. Hinata and Naruto seemed to be the happiest ones next to Sasuke and me. The party went on until 1 in the morning, and everyone left. Except for Naruto and Hinata, who just went to bed. Sasuke and I lay down and cuddled. Thank you. For what? For giving me a family. Hinata's POV. Naruto and I had been hiding at Sasuke and Sakura's house for a week, and I felt like we were intruding on their privacy. I mean, they're going to have a baby. Naruto and I were lying in bed, sharing a tender moment, so I decided it was a good time to tell him. Hey. What? He asked, parting from my lips. We have to leave. We need to tell Hayashi we're back. I said. Why? He rolled off of me and onto the bed. Well, don't you think we should give the happy couple their privacy? You're right. But later. I want to continue what we were doing a minute ago. Fine. We finally got up around 11 a.m. and went downstairs to eat before leaving. Ohio, you two. How is the baby today? I asked, seeing a tired Sakura on the couch. She looked more advanced in her PRGNSY than most women at 8 weeks. Pretty good, just tired and hungry. Well, Naruto and I are going to pay Hayashi a visit. What? You guys better be careful. Sasuke emerged from the kitchen, arms full of food for his fiancée. This is cute. You're running around for Sakura, Well, you're going to understand when you two have a baby one day, Naruto, Sasuke said, smirking. My face turned bright red at his comment. All right, let's eat and then go, Naruto. We walked to my house and knocked on the door. Hinata? Oh, Hinata. You're back, I've missed you so much. Hanabi exclaimed, throwing herself at me. Hinata, is that you? Where have you been? Niji ushered me inside. Naruto then grabbed my hand and turned to face Niji. What are you doing here? You're not welcome here. If he's not, then I'm not. You're going to accept that, or you'll never see me again. I told him, gently pushing his raised fist down. Hinata. I heard everyone whisper my name, even Hayashi. I grabbed Naruto's hand and pulled him inside, past Niji and Hayashi. We sat down on the couch and waited for everyone to join us. Hinata, why did you run away? Father, it was a choice that I cannot explain to you. It was my decision and my decision alone, I said to my father, my voice steady despite the nerves inside me. Sir, I love your daughter with all my heart. I know we haven't even started college yet, but takes a deep breath. I want to marry your daughter. His voice was a little shaky as he squeezed my hand tightly. Naruto, you will be allowed to come and visit Hinata 2 hours a day. Hinata, you're grounded until further notice. You can stay for 10 more minutes, then you will leave, understood, Naruto? His voice echoed through the house. What? Did you hear I heard you, Naruto. Now go before I change my mind. He got up and left for his office. You better thank your lucky stars that he didn't let me kick you out, Niji growled through his teeth. Do you want to say that a little louder? Because the way I heard it. You and I are going to be in-laws soon. In-laws? Soon. He hasn't even asked me yet. We'll see. Niji turned and tried to walk off. What's that now? Naruto was fuming. I said, we'll see, because there's no way he would allow someone like you into our family. He didn't even give you verbal consent. Niji yelled back at my boyfriend. Enough. Both of you. I love you, Niji, like an older brother, and I always will. Naruto, I love you like no other, and I promise that I always will. Now if both of you love me, then you'll learn to at least tolerate one another. Please. For me. I put on my sweetest smile and looked into both of their eyes. Their expressions softened, but then they looked at each other and returned to their previous tension. Niji, would you please come here? Hayashi called from his office. Hayashi's POV. I would not let someone like Naruto take my daughter from the clan. I tried to spare her from this pain. I tried to break apart this situation that would disrupt my plans for her, but now he wants to marry her? This is madness. I would have to take my family to America sooner than I anticipated. I thought Hanabi could finish high school here. I thought Hinata could attend college with her closest friends. Now all of this is ruined because of the Uzumaki boy. Niji, would you please come here? Niji was the only one who knew of the plans. Yes, sir. He entered. We'll have to move in about 2 weeks. Because of Naruto. I'll have to go with the backup plan. I'll call Harvard University and enroll her. I said, picking up the phone. But uncle. Niji, I'm sorry about Tenten, but you knew this could happen. What could happen? Why? You haven't even asked me to marry you, even though the answer is yes, and you go and tell my father that you want to marry me. I shouted at him. Like magic, a ring appeared in front of my eyes. A beautiful, sparkling turquoise, surrounded by tiny diamonds on a silver band, shone brightly. Naruto. Well, I was going to propose next week, but now. Let me propose. He knelt down on one knee. Hinata Hyuga, I was an idiot for not noticing you sooner, and when I did, I still didn't act. Now that we are together, even though it's only been 8 weeks, I've realized that you are the only person I want to be with. You are the person I want to spend the rest of my life with and build a family with. So Hinata, marry me. Be Mrs. Uzumaki. I knelt down to his level, unable to contain myself any longer. I began to cry tears of joy. I'm going to be Mrs. Uzumaki. Is that a yes? Of course it is, you silly. I kissed and hugged him tightly, overwhelmed with happiness. Oh, one moment. I ran to my dresser and grabbed an old necklace chain. Here, I said, offering my hand as he slid the ring on. It looks beautiful on you. I took the ring off and placed it on the chain. Hey, why did you do that? He asked. I don't want anyone to see the ring yet, so put this around my neck. Okay. He moved my hair to the side and fastened the necklace clasp. He hugged me from behind and kissed the back of my neck, sending shivers down my spine. Naruto, time is up. Niji called. We went downstairs and saw Hayashi. You're ungrounded, do as you please, Hinata. But be home by 8 tonight. He turned and walked away. Well, I'll be home by 8, Niji. Naruto and I walked to Sasuke and Sakura's house. I wrapped my arm around Naruto and rested my head on his shoulder. Knock knock. Good morning, guys. You've been gone for 2 hours. How did it go? Sasuke asked. We walked inside to see Sakura exactly where she was when we left. Hey, Mama Sakura. I pulled the ring off the chain and slipped it onto my left ring finger. Naruto noticed and winked at me. Let's see how long it takes them to notice. Did he take it okay that you two are together forever? Sakura asked, stuffing her face with a cupcake. I don't know. He grounded me, then ungrounded me, and he didn't say anything to Naruto. I positioned the ring into the light. Well, what did you say to him? I just said some things, and he didn't explode or seem happy. I wanted to tell them, but I also wanted to keep it a secret. I know. Geez, my arm hurts. I stretched my arm toward Sakura's face and wiggled my hand. What is that? She exclaimed, snatching my hand out of the air. I think she saw it. What? Oh, that's just my engagement ring. Nothing big. I winked at Naruto. That's better than mine. She was in awe. Hey! Sasuke seemed offended. Well, hers has her birthstone. I didn't mean it for real. She defended herself. So let me get this straight. You went to your house to get permission to date her, but you got permission to marry her instead? Now that just seems unreal. Sasuke said in disbelief. Well, that's the thing. We didn't exactly get permission to be wed, but he didn't object to the idea either. With that being said, unless he officially says no to the idea, then I don't see a reason not to marry the love of my life. Naruto wrapped me in a hug. So, happy engagement to you both. Come give me hugs. I know it's only been 8 weeks, but gosh, I feel like a cow. Poor Sakura. We exchanged hugs and celebrated the day of my engagement. Naruto walked me home and showered me with so many kisses I couldn't even count. At exactly 8 o'clock, we rang the doorbell. Bye, Naruto, I love you. I love you too. Naruto shouted as Neji shut the door. You don't have to be so rude to my fiancé. I muttered, then dashed upstairs before Neji could say anything. I was overjoyed and in complete bliss. I've been engaged for 2 days. I'm going to be married. I don't know. I decided today was family day at the Hyuga residence. I told Naruto that he shouldn't come because I wanted to get my father to talk. He had been acting suspicious. Today was a day my family didn't have to worry about me running off. Yes, I'll call you at lunchtime. Well, it's not like we haven't been apart before. You won't lose me again, it's just family day. Yeah. Tomorrow we're going to help set up the nursery. No, it's not today. I love you too. Bye. Geez, Naruto worries too much. Yeah, I'm one to talk. Hey, Hinata. Here it is. Make breakfast. Walk outside. Make lunch. Call Naruto. Play board games. Watch TV together. Make dinner. Call Naruto. Looks like I have a full day ahead. Good morning, father. What would you like for breakfast today? I asked with a smile. Oh, whatever you want. He stopped reading the newspaper and stared at me intently. Is something wrong? I asked, beginning to feel nervous. Is there something you want to tell me? Like perhaps why you have a ring on your finger? Oh no. I forgot to put it back on the chain. This. I pointed to my finger. This is. Think, Hinata, think. Did that Uzumaki boy propose to you? He got up. I couldn't say anything. Hinata, answer me, he yelled. Yes. But let me make. He slowly opened his mouth to say something, then shut it and turned to walk out. Father. I didn't like his attitude. Make some miso soup and tamagoyaki. I'll be down when it's ready. He walked upstairs to his office. Our father sure is scary, huh? So you're going to get hitched. Hanabi entered the kitchen. Hanabi, were you eavesdropping again? It doesn't matter. Come help with breakfast. We spent an hour messing around with the food and making it. And also talking about wedding plans. Father, the food is ready. I called, setting up the table. He came down the steps and sat down. The silence was agonizing. The sound of forks scraping against plates and the soft sounds of chewing filled the air as I sat at the dining table. Okay, all plans are thrown out the window. Let's go to the park instead, I suggested. Fine. We'll leave after we eat, Hayashi replied, cutting me off. We walked to the park, and for the first time in a long while, my father smiled. He settled onto a bench, watching Hanabi and me play. With a frisbee in the field. It was around noon, and I promised to call Naruto during lunch. Father, I'm going to get some refreshments. What would you like? I asked, looking for an excuse to step away. Just some tea, thank you, dear, he replied. I made my way to the refreshment stand and pulled out my phone. Dial tone. Hello. Hey, it's me. Hinata, are you okay? Yes, I told you I would be. Well, sorry for worrying about my fiancé. Geez, I'm still not used to it. Oh, by the way, Hayashi found out that you proposed. What? Well, it's okay. He already knew I was going to marry you. I just made it official. Yeah. Well, I called you. I have to go get tea for my dad. Where are you? At the park. But I have to go. Hey, maybe I'll come with Sasuke and Sakura. You know she needs to exercise. Don't you dare. I love you. Bye. Love you too. Bye. That boy. He's such a fool, but I love him. I returned with the tea in hand. Here you go, father. I handed him his tea. Where's Hanabi? I asked, noticing her absence. She went with Kanomaru and a group of friends, he answered, sipping his tea. You never let her hang out with Kanomaru. Like me and Naruto. What's changed? I asked, sensing a shift in my dad's demeanor. His expression changed and he looked nervous. Life is short, she should spend it with friends. Who is this man? This isn't my father. What about spending it with someone you love? I asked, trying to take advantage of his change of heart. That's a different story. He took another sip of his tea. I decided not to push further and tried to change the subject. You know my friends Sasuke and Sakura, right? Yes. They're going to have a baby. Isn't that exciting? Really? They're too young to have a child. But I wish them the best of luck. Geez, you sure know how to kill a conversation, don't you, Dad? We sat in the warm summer breeze in silence for a while. I rested my head on his shoulder, and he seemed tense but gradually relaxed at my touch. We walked back home in silence. It was a pleasant day. Thank you for suggesting this, Hinata. I must go attend to my work. Please make sure Hanabi is home in an hour, he said as he walked into his office. Okay. Hayashi's POV. I entered my office and turned on the video chat. Video conference. Hello, mister. I see you enrolled Hinata at Harvard. Does that mean you are taking up my idea? No, it does not. A problem has come up, so I'm just moving them sooner. I don't wish for them to socialize before the meeting. Wouldn't it be easier? Not for my girl. But the plans will continue. Very well. We'll talk when you come to America. I closed the video call and worked out the moving details. Forgive me, Hinata. Hinata's POV. I walked over to the Uchiha residence, where we were preparing for the baby. We were tackling the big tasks like painting and setting up furniture since we didn't know the gender yet. Oh, hi, Sasuke. Is Naruto here yet? I asked as I walked through the door. Yeah, he's upstairs with Sakura. I climbed the stairs to find Sakura yelling at Naruto. No. The dresser goes on the left. Sakura. Well, why can't it go in the center? Naruto. The crib is going in the center. Sakura. Then why don't we put the dresser on the right so the changing table can go on the left? Naruto. Because then we would have to change smelly diapers next to the closet, and the smell will get into the clothes. Sakura. Ahem, I cleared my throat. They both jumped in surprise and turned to see me and Sasuke standing in the doorway with our arms folded. What does the PRGNT lady want, Naruto? I asked as I walked over to him. Why are you guys arguing about where furniture is going when we haven't even painted the room yet? Or put the furniture together? Sasuke questioned. Because we need to plan things out beforehand. Sakura huffed. I think she's getting a little hormonal in her 9th week of PRGNT. Well, let's get started, I said, tying my hair up. Sakura sat down as we grabbed our paintbrushes. We each took a wall, but since only 3 of us were working, we would tackle the last one together. Keep it even, nice even strokes. My wall was straight with light green paint. I was proud even though. Naruto. You can't paint. Naruto was here, on the wall. Sakura yelled at him. I'm going to paint over it, he yelled in defense. We finished painting and went downstairs to eat lunch. Why did I think I wouldn't have to make lunch? As I made sandwiches, I looked at my friends and fiancé and realized that I had it all. Sure, I didn't have a baby yet, but I was going to be an aunt soon. Okay, Sakura, what do you want on yours and how many? I asked, knowing she would most likely hate tuna. 3. Salami. With mayo. And mustard. And make sure it's wheat, not white bread. Pretty please? She asked with a cheeky smile. Why do you think I asked? After making her food, I walked over and handed them out. My future wife has some mad cooking skills. Naruto said proudly with food in his mouth. I blushed at his comment and continued to munch on my sandwich. After an hour and a half break, we went back upstairs to put the crib together. So are you sure you guys know how to put the crib together? I questioned the two men as they looked at the instructions. Does it go this way? Sasuke mumbled. Yeah, sure. Naruto responded, wearing a similarly confused expression. Oh, so macho. Sakura teased. They both glared at her. I walked over and looked at the instructions. You all are such goofballs. I playfully tapped the back of their heads. OW, they both exclaimed. I snatched the instructions from them and laid them on the floor, turning them right side up. Oh, it takes a woman. We put the crib together, and by we, I mean me because the boys were just confused. In the center, Naruto. Sakura directed. Sheesh. After another hour, we had the room completed. It's perfect. Sakura beamed with pride. Let me get my phone, I want to take a picture. I'll get it. No. I need to walk. I'll be back in a minute, Sasuke. She exited the room and we admired our work. So, what do you think it's going to be? A boy or a girl? Naruto asked. I vote for a boy. Me too. Then that makes 3 of us. It'll be cute to have a little Sasuke running around, I said. Ah. Thud, Sakura, we shouted in unison. We rushed out of the room to find Sakura at the bottom of the stairs. Oh no! We hurried down the stairs. And Sasuke was about to pick her up. No, don't. You could cause more harm. Naruto, call for help. I yelled. Oh no. There's so much blood. Sasuke, teach the baby. Sakura whispered weakly. It's okay, Sakura. Don't move, Sasuke said, cradling her head as he began to cry. The ambulance is on its way. Naruto entered the room. I was holding back tears, trying to be strong, and I noticed Naruto was too. Then I heard sirens. I ran outside to greet the ambulance. Okay, what do we have? Asked the man emerging from the truck. My friend, Sakura, she fell down the stairs. There's so much blood. She's about 9 weeks pregnant. I told him. I watched as they gently lifted her onto the stretcher. The 3 of us climbed into the ambulance to go to the hospital. Oh no, the baby. Once again. Done. Sakura's POV. I turned to go down the stairs. I wanted to take a picture of the nursery. The guys had done a wonderful job. Ah! I screamed. I rolled down the steps. Everything went dark, and I awoke to see Sasuke's eyes filled with tears. Sasuke, teach the baby. I mumbled. I felt something warm between my legs. I tried to get up. It's okay, Sakura. Don't move, Sasuke said, holding my head. Everything was so blurry. I saw Hinata bringing some men into the house. They seemed to be medics. My friend, Sakura, she fell down the stairs. There's so much blood. She's about 9 weeks pregnant. I heard Hinata tell them. They lifted me onto a gurney, and my body was filled with pain. I closed my eyes as they placed an oxygen mask on me, inserted in 4, and checked my vitals. Every tiny bump in the road sent jolts of discomfort through me. Baby. Tears streamed down my face. It's okay, Sakura. I heard Naruto's voice. I opened my eyes and saw my friends with tears in their eyes. Naruto was at my head, surprisingly. Hinata was hugging Sasuke, who was crying on her shoulder. I can't comfort my fiancé. I'm useless. Naruto. Make sure. Sasuke. Baby. And Hina. Needs to. No. I drifted off to sleep. Sakura. I heard Naruto's voice echo as the doors opened. I just wanted a picture. Hinata's POV. They ushered us out of the room as the doctors examined her. Sasuke and Naruto went to sit down. I didn't think Sasuke could comprehend what was happening. Sakura. I whispered. I watched from the window that looked into the room. They did an LTRSND, but I couldn't see. The doors flew open and they rolled her out. Where are you going? Sasuke yelled. She needs surgery. I'll come out and update you as soon as I can, Dr. Daniels said as the elevator doors closed. I sat next to Naruto, and Sasuke just stared at the ground. Sasuke? Sakura said. Naruto started. Sasuke looked at him. She said you had to name the baby. Sasuke couldn't hold it back anymore. He broke down in the middle of the waiting room. She's going to be okay, Sasuke. What if she's not? What about the baby? Nothing is okay about this, he shouted back at me. Hey, she was just trying to comfort you, Naruto defended me. I don't need comfort, I need my family to be okay. He stormed out of the hospital. Stay here in case the doctor comes out, Naruto said as he ran after him. I pulled out my cell to call my dad. Hello. Hi, Dad, it's me. Yes, what is it? I'm very busy, Hinata. I just wanted to let you know that I'm at the hospital and, are you okay? I'm okay. Sakura fell down the stairs. She's in surgery now. Oh. Are you okay? Is Sasuke okay? No one is okay. Sasuke stormed out, and Naruto is looking for him. The doctors haven't told me anything about her or the baby. I'll be there in an hour. Do you need anything? Have you eaten? I'm okay, you don't need to come. I'm pretty sure Sakura's parents would like to know. I'll drive them up there, okay? Love you. Bye. Love you too, bye. I hung up the call and waited. Naruto walked through the door with Sasuke. Where have you been? Naruto waved me off. Has Dr. Daniels come out? Sasuke asked solemnly. No, but my dad should be here in a little bit with Sakura's parents. Okay. He walked over to the seats. What happened? I turned to Naruto. He blames himself. He said he should have gotten the phone. Naruto walked over to me. Hey babe. Sakura told me to tell you something. What is it, Naruto? Well, that's the thing, she passed out. But she said, Hina needs to know. I don't know. Maybe something about the baby. Are you okay? I asked. I'm okay, just worried. Sure about Sakura, but Sasuke doesn't want to breathe without her, he said. Here comes the doctor. How is she? Sasuke jumped to his feet. Your wife, fiancé, is okay. We had to do an emergency appendectomy. And the baby? I asked. I'm so sorry. The baby's heart couldn't take the stress. The baby passed away in the womb. We did everything possible but could only save Sakura. The FTS was still too young to undergo any surgery. I'm so sorry. Sakura is in recovery. You can see her in a few minutes. Dr. Daniels turned to leave. Dr. Daniels? Was it a boy or a girl? Sasuke asked, tears in his eyes. It was still too early to determine the gender. She exited the waiting room. Hot tears flooded my eyes, but I didn't make a sound. I needed to be strong. I glanced at Naruto, and I noticed a few tears rolling down his cheeks. We both went to comfort Sasuke. After about 10 minutes, the doctors directed us to room Sakura's POV. Where am I? I don't feel anything. I opened my eyes slowly. Everything was blurry. I could only see Hinata. Hey! I whispered. Sakura, are you okay? How do you feel? She rushed to my side. Where's Sasuke? I felt so weak. He's in the cafeteria with Naruto and your parents. Just wait for a second. She covered me with a blanket. Hinata left the room and returned a few minutes later with everyone. Sakura, dear, are you okay? My parents rushed past my fiancé. I'm okay. How's the baby? The room went silent, and Sasuke looked up at them. They all left the room. How do you feel? He asked, brushing the hair out of my face. I'm fine. How's the baby? I asked again. He remained quiet. Sasuke? Ugh. Damn it, what is wrong? No. It hit me. Sakura. The doctors did everything they could. But the baby, it was too young for any surgery. He started to cry. No. Damn it, no. I uncovered myself. There was no baby bump. Just swelling. No. Oh God, why? No. I was sobbing. Sasuke cradled me. It's okay. We'll get through this, you and I. Felt his. We sat on the bed in silence, except for our sobs. I didn't know what to feel. I was angry with myself, I was depressed, but there was something else. 2 days later. Aren't hospitals supposed to make you feel better? Then why do they serve such disgusting food? Lime jello. That's what I've been surviving on. You feel any better today? Physically awesome. But emotionally, like crap. It'll get better. Sasuke and Naruto are bringing you your clothes. You get to go home tomorrow. I know, Hinata. Did Naruto tell you what he was supposed to? I asked, remembering the ambulance ride. You passed out before you got to tell him. I thought it was about the baby, she said, trying to avoid the word. Yeah. Well, anyways, that's not what it was about. It's kind of unbelievable. What, Sakura? You can tell me. Long sigh. Moving. What? No, I'm not. Sakura, school is starting in 2 weeks. That's why you're moving next week. I have to tell her. Man up, Haruno. Oh yes, so well, why do you think I'm moving? She looked curious. 'Cause Hayashi told me. What did my dad do now? But you're not just moving to a different house. You're moving to America. Her face went blank, then confused, then mad, then sad, and finally back to confused. Why in the world would he tell you that? Did he give you a reason why? She crossed her arms and looked frustrated. Well, you see, it happened like this. Flashback. I was lying in bed, feeling my stomach. A tiny baby was inside of me. Bloop bloop. Who's video chatting me? Hello? Hayashi. Sakura? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to call you. I need to tell you something. You are Hinata's best friend, correct? Yo. Hinata and the rest of our family are moving out of the country. What? Why, Hayashi? For business reasons. Well, she can stay here. With Sasuke and me. And the baby. This business includes her. We're going to America in 2 weeks. You have to tell her. You can't just take her. Actually, I'm her father, so I can. Why are you telling me this, Hayashi? Because you are to be the one who tells Naruto. What? You're not going to tell him? They're engaged. That is specifically why. What about college? I've enrolled her at a different university. Like I said, we'll move in 2 weeks. You have to promise me you won't say a word to a soul about this. I can't do that. She's my best friend. Sakura, please. I'll try. But I'll try. And flashback. Why didn't you tell me sooner? She yelled at me. I dunno. But you have to do something about it. Nah, really. She said sarcastically. You don't have to be rude about it. But I have a feeling it had something to do with Naruto. Well, what am I supposed to do? About that time, the boys walked in. What's all the screaming about? Sasuke asked. I had been cold to him. I didn't know why. Hinata ran into Naruto's arms. Hey, what's the matter, sweetie? He asked, giving her a hug. Let's talk in the hall. She pulled him outside. What was that about? Sasuke asked. Hayashi is moving Hinata out of the country, probably because she's engaged to Naruto, I replied bluntly. What? Why? I don't know all the details, Sasuke. I was fed up with him. I didn't know why, maybe hormones. I did just lose a baby. Don't be rude to yourself, Sakura. What are they going to do? The next day. Are you ready to go home, sweetie? Sasuke asked Sakura. Sure. Why is she so upset with him? Alrighty. The car is waiting outside. Hinata pulled me out of the room. Naruto and I are going to go ahead and get everything ready. We drove to their house to tidy up a bit. Even though Sasuke and I had been there yesterday, we entered through the back and hadn't really explored the house much. Oh, I murmured as I stepped inside. There were still signs of the incident from where Sakura had fallen. I guess we should clean this up. I don't want Sakura to see it, Hinata said, heading to the kitchen for a mop. We cleaned everything, including the rest of the house, and disposed of the mop since it was now stained. We're here. Sasuke called as he and Naruto entered the house. Do you still want us here? Hinata asked Sakura. Alright, then we'll stay for a bit. How do girls do that? It felt like they could read minds. Hinata and I sat down together while Sakura settled into a recliner. Sasuke glanced at her before heading into the kitchen to prepare lunch. So, how are you feeling, Sakura? I asked, unsure of what else to say. She stared at me intently, and I instinctively hid behind Hinata. Hinata's POV. Naruto ducked behind me, trying to avoid Sakura's intense gaze. But he might actually be cuter than me. Like that's possible. Naruto kissed my shoulder, causing me to shiver. He noticed my reaction and did it again. I looked at him the same way Sakura was looking at me, but in a more affectionate way. Fine. I'll just do this. He stood up and pulled me into a kiss. I melted for a few seconds before realizing we had an audience. Naruto. Not here. Later. I whispered in his ear. Okay. He stayed very close. I guessed he was going to be like this since I had told him about Hayashi's plans. Hina, do you mind spending the night? I feel like I need a girl here tonight. Sakura asked me. Let me call my dad. Can I stay too, Sakura? Naruto asked. Whatever. She got up. I'm going to take a bath. What about lunch? Sasuke asked, clearly preparing Sakura's favorite. I'm not hungry. I said I'm not hungry. She yelled, marching upstairs. Why is she acting this way? Sasuke sank onto the floor. I left Naruto to console Sasuke while I called my dad. I needed to calm myself so I wouldn't yell at him for his plans to move to America. Hello. Hi Dad, it's me. I'm going to be spending the night at Sakura's. Can you have Hanabi bring me the bag that's on my dresser? Okay. Is Naruto going to spend the night too? What's it matter? Just watching out for my girl. Yes, he is. What? If he's so much as... Father, I'm engaged to him. It's my life. But out. Don't speak to me in such a tone. Hanabi will be there in 10 minutes. Bye. To my surprise, Hanabi arrived in 7 minutes. Here's your bag. How is everyone? She asked as she handed it to me. It's still pretty rough around here. Hey, has father said anything unusual lately? I inquired. Well, yesterday when you were at the hospital, he mentioned a business trip and something about a merger. In America. Probably related to the hospitals. Oh, okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Be careful. Love you. I kissed her forehead. Love you too. Oh, I put something in your bag. Bye. She ran off. A merger? That could be an excuse to get me to America. What did she put in my bag? I was about to check when Sakura called me upstairs. What's wrong? I asked as I entered her bedroom. Is it normal to be bleeding after MC? I was taken aback by her question but remembered what Dr. Daniels had said. Yes, it's all right. Don't worry, Sakura. We'll get through this. Me, Sasuke, and Naruto. We're all here for you. I know. Why don't you get some rest? I'll bring up some lunch, okay? I suggested, hoping to encourage her to eat. Okay. She lay down and turned on the TV while I headed downstairs. Hey, I stopped short. Both of them were asleep on the kitchen floor. I covered them with a blanket and got Sakura her lunch. Throughout the day, our friends came to check on Sakura. By 9 at night, Sakura went to bed, still upset with Sasuke for sleeping on the couch. I'm going to change, Naruto said as he exited our room. Alright, what did Hanabi put in my bag? I opened the bag to find something I didn't even own. A black lace bra with matching panties. Hanabi, I'm going to kill you. Why? Oh, nothing, Naruto. I was blushing fiercely. I grabbed the appropriate pajamas and shoved the others to the bottom. I changed and returned to the room, lying down next to Naruto and cuddling with him. Why do you have that stuff in your bag? Naruto whispered. You went through my bag? I was curious. Now I'm even more curious. Hanabi put them in there. I blushed even more. When we're married. He leaned closer to my ear. I'd love to see you in those. Naruto. Stop thinking like that. Not until we're. That's it. I shot up. What? Yes, we're getting married. No. What? Yes, but that's how Hayashi can't take me. If we're married. But how? Eloping. Tomorrow. Tomorrow? But, honey, we don't know when he's going to take me. So we have to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow. Tomorrow you'll be Mrs. Uzumaki. But that doesn't mean what you were thinking about earlier. Not yet. I blushed even more. I know. It's okay. Let's sleep. We lay down, both too excited to sleep. Finally, around 11 p.m., we dozed off. Hinata. Baby. Honey. An angelic voice echoed in my head. I rolled over. Wake up. Today is our wedding day. My eyes opened to see Naruto. I let out a small scream and covered myself with the blankets. What's wrong? It's bad luck to see the bride before the wedding. I yelled from under the covers. Oh, here. I felt him get off the bed, then I heard the door close. Is this better? He called out from outside the door. I peeked from under the covers. No one was there. Where are you? Outside the door. I looked and saw his fingers under the door. I walked over and opened it and he fell over. It's okay. It's just a superstition. He got up and kissed me. Our kiss lingered for what felt like an eternity. His arms wrapped around my waist, and mine were draped around his neck. Geez, what's up with the makeout session this morning? Sakura asked, passing us on her way to the restroom, clearly annoyed. We had forgotten the door was open, and I felt my cheeks heat up. Naruto smirked and shut the door. Why did you close the door? I asked, since I was planning to change when Sakura finished. Because I want to kiss you some more. Without warning, Naruto picked me up and carried me over to the bed. We shared sweet kisses for what felt like half an hour, but our moment was interrupted by Sakura's voice. Why do you have to do that? Damn it, Sasuke. Naruto and I peeked from the top of the stairs. All I did was drop my plate. Sasuke yelled back. Now there's a mess everywhere. Who's going to clean it up? I will, just don't. Don't call me baby. Just clean up this mess. Sakura stormed past us upstairs, and I noticed tears glistening in her eyes as she shut her room door. You check on Sasuke, I'll check on Sakura. You should tell her about us eloping. I'll talk to Sasuke. All right. I walked into the master bedroom and found Sakura sitting on the floor, tears streaming down her face. Oh, sweetie. I grabbed some tissues and sat beside her. I don't know why. But I can't. He just makes me mad, he makes me sad. He reminds me of the baby. And I can't. It's okay. Do you want to hear something kind of cool? I asked, trying to lift her spirits. What? She replied, her eyes still glistening with tears. I'm getting married. I know this, Hina. Did you guys set a date yet? She seemed to perk up a little. Yes. Really? When? Today, I said calmly, trying to contain my excitement. What? She sat up and wiped her tears away. Today. We're going to elope. What? Why? She looked at me with wide eyes. Because I love him with all my heart and he loves me the same. If Hayashi is going to try to separate us, we're not going to just sit back and wait. You've been engaged for a week and dating for 10 weeks. Are you sure? I don't want you to get hurt. We'll be fine. I told you this because, only if you feel okay, I want you and Sasuke to be our witnesses. I know we don't need them in those little eloping chapels, but I would love to have my best friend there. She was quiet for a few moments, then smiled. Of course. But what about our other friends? Sakura asked. We can't let this get out, or Hayashi will somehow find out. You trusted me with your secret, and now I trust you with mine. And Naruto's, obviously. I said, hoping she wouldn't feel sad since her secret was the baby. What are you going to wear? I know. You can wear my cousin's gown. I looked at her, confused. It's a simple white gown, but it's gorgeous. It comes with a little hat too. She gave it to me a year ago. And Naruto can wear Sasuke's blue tux. We chatted for a few more minutes until the boys entered. The sparkle in Sakura's eyes faded when she saw Sasuke. I could tell she still loved him, but it seemed like she was taking her anger out on him. So you guys are getting hitched? Sasuke asked me. It would seem so. Hee hee. I got up and moved to Naruto's side. Yeah, well, if it's okay with you. Sasuke. Naruto can wear your blue tux, Sakura said, avoiding eye contact. Oh yeah. Great idea, Sakura. He hesitated, unsure how to address her. Oh, let's check your incisions. Sakura. Sasuke left to go downstairs, and Naruto went to take a shower. Sakura laid back and lifted her shirt. I got the bandages and cleaned the stitches. Everything looks good. Any pain? No, it's just sore. As to be expected. Do you want to see the dress? She asked calmly, staring at the ceiling. Sure. Let me finish cleaning the incision. Once I was done, she walked over to her wardrobe and pulled out a white gown. It had long sleeves and was quite long. Isn't it pretty? Sakura asked, her voice still dull. It is pretty. It's not my first choice for a wedding dress, but I guess it'll do. I know this isn't how you imagined it, but like you said, it's better than being apart. She smiled. I tried it on, and it fit nicely. Then she showed me what Naruto would wear. He's going to look adorable. I went into me and Naruto's room to get my clothes. Hey, is Sakura okay? A shirtless Naruto asked me. Boy, is Sasuke okay? I asked, trying not to look at him because if I did, I would melt. Yeah, he's alright. He's just feeling down. Oh, thank goodness he put on a shirt. Well, we're going to be married. Oh dear. Okay, well I'm going to take a shower and be out in a bit. I walked out with my clothes. I bathed and got dressed, then Naruto and I walked to my house. Dad, I'm home. Okay, he yelled from his office. Hinata. Hanabi ran and hugged me. Geez, I've been gone a night. Well, you were missing for 2 weeks, then you practically lived at the hospital for a week. So I've barely seen you. She gasped, then pulled me away from Naruto. Did you see my surprise? I playfully smacked the back of her head. You're 15 years old. You shouldn't be thinking of things like that. I put my hands on my hips. Hey, we all know you aren't. I'm just pushing you in that direction, she replied with a sly smile, rubbing the back of her head. I blushed and walked back to Naruto. We headed upstairs to my father's office. Knock knock. Enter. We walked in, and when Hayashi saw me, he scrambled to clear the paperwork off his desk. Hinata. Naruto. Is there something you need? I just wanted to let you know that I'm spending the night at Naruto's house, I said. What? No, you're not. I need you to prepare to go to America. We need to oversee some business. He seemed uneasy. America? So that's your plan. I don't wish to go. I'll stay with Naruto so I won't miss any school. No, you won't miss any. We'll just be going for a few days. He quickly replied. Oh, I'll go. Naruto looked at me. But I'm still spending the night with Naruto. I'll pack now and I'll be back in the morning. Fine. He said, defeated. As I said, I went upstairs and packed a few clothes. So? What's happening? I asked, shutting the door and lowering my voice. We're still getting married, but I need to make Hayashi believe I'm going with him. Oh. I finished packing and headed downstairs. I'm off, father. I'll be back around noon. I called out as we exited the house. Hayashi's POV. This is becoming quite a hassle. At least she's going with me. I called my cousin Hiro into my office for a special task. Yes, Hayashi? Hiro, I need you to follow Hinata and Naruto. I have a strange feeling about this. If nothing happens by 11 tonight, come home. And tell Hanabi to pack all of Hinata's things. Okay. I need to protect Hinata. She's the main asset to the merger. Hinata's POV. We walked back to Sakura and Sasuke's house to start getting ready. It was already 4 in the afternoon, and we had to be at the chapel by 6 o'clock. I won't see you until 6. This is the last time I'll see you before the wedding, I said quietly, since we were going in separate cars. Oh wait. He pulled me in for a quick kiss, and I kissed him back before he hugged me tightly. I love you, Hina. I can't wait to be your husband. I felt my cheeks heat up at his words. I love you too. We walked into the house, and it was eerily quiet. No yelling, no arguing, just silence. Sakura, I called out. Upstairs, she replied. Both of us walked upstairs cautiously. Where's Sasuke? Naruto asked. He's at the store. You can chill until he gets back, but Hinata needs to start getting ready. So Sue, She motioned him away. All right, fine. He kissed me quickly and dashed out before Sakura could scold him. Even though it wasn't going to be a huge wedding, Sakura wanted me to look flawless. Okay, let's start with your makeup, she said, wiping my face. I'm thinking we go with a light purple for the eyes since that's the color of the flower. And for the lips, a light shade of pink. I'm not very good with makeup, so you're the expert, I replied with a nervous laugh. Naruto's POV. I sat down on the couch and turned on the TV. Hey dope, are the girls getting ready? Sasuke asked as he walked into the house. We don't have to start dressing right away. It doesn't take us long to get ready. Yeah, okay. He sat next to me and we flipped through the channels. So, are you ready to be a married man? Sorry you couldn't have a bachelor party. PFT. I don't need that. Plus, we came up with the idea last night. Hey, you know what tonight is, right? It's your wedding night. You know what that means. He seemed overly excited. Namit. I promised Hinata we wouldn't until she was completely ready. This was a last-minute idea. I'm not going to pressure her into it. Even though I wanted to, I wouldn't hurt my love. Good man. Seriously though. You're sure about this? Of course. I'm the one who proposed to her. It's just going to be sooner than expected. I rubbed the back of my neck. Well, when did you expect the wedding to be? He asked. I dunno. Maybe after college? That would seem okay. But that doesn't matter now. I love her and this is how it was meant to be. I'll have no regrets when I'm older because she'll still be mine, I said contentedly. Wow. You really do love her. Yeah. I mean, don't you feel that way about Sakura? He looked down, ashamed. Sasuke? I do feel that way about her. I just don't think she feels the same anymore. Since the baby. It's okay, man. Remember, you guys lost the baby less than a week ago. Now come on. It's already 5. We need to start getting ready for the wedding. We got up and headed upstairs, where we could hear giggling and cheerful screams. No, Sakura. Stop. Haha. I heard Hinata laughing. When she said, stop, I immediately knew what Sakura was teasing her about. So both Sasuke and Sakura have it. Playful side, I thought with a grin. Hero's POV earlier. There goes Hayashi, thinking he's all high and mighty again. He is the clan leader, but he doesn't have to treat others like servants. Well, it's not all bad. If he trusts me to look out for the heiress of the clan, then I guess he thinks highly of me. So I have to follow Hinata and that Uzumaki boy. I love you more, Hinata said. I don't think that's possible. It probably is. I bet you love ramen more than me. Not true. Speaking of ramen, you want to go to Ichiraku's? It's only 3, and we don't have to be at the Naruto. Anyone could hear you. Oh yeah. Sorry. What are they talking about? The couple went inside Ichiraku's for about 30 minutes. They were so lovey-dovey I thought I might get sick. They walked off toward their friend's house. What are their names? The pink-haired girl and that Uchiha? Well, not my problem. Once they were close, Hinata leaned in to whisper in his ear. I won't see you until 6. This is the last time I'll see you before the wedding, she said quietly. Wait, what? Wedding? Oh wait. He pulled her into a hug and a kiss. I love you, Hina. I can't wait to be your husband. Her face flushed red. I love you too. They walked inside. Oh boy, I have to tell Hayashi about this. Or should I? Do I betray the girl I watched grow up? Hayashi? I have to tell Hayashi. That blonde knucklehead will ruin our legacy. So I pulled out my phone and called Hayashi. Hello? Hero? Did you find something? Sadly, yes. Well, spit it out. What? They're eloping. What? I know. What do I do? You follow them. Well, they're at their friend's house. Probably getting ready. I don't care. Once they leave, even if it's in a car, you follow them and tell me what chapel they are at. I won't let this happen. Well, sir, is this so wrong? Of course it is, you blubbering fool. Have you forgotten the plans for Lady Hinata? No, Hayashi. But it seems cruel to force Hinata to. You know nothing, hero. Just do as I tell you. Just for business? To make Hinata do that? Shut up and do as told. Yes, Hayashi. Hayashi hung up the line before I could respond. I waited outside until around 5:30 p.m. when Hinata emerged, looking stunning. She got into a car with someone, and I quietly followed, keeping out of sight. Soon, I spotted a car with Naruto and Sasuke driving behind them. They must be heading to the chapel. When they arrived at a small chapel, all four of them got out of their vehicles. Naruto stopped in his tracks when he saw Hinata. I quickly called Hayashi to inform him of their location. Oh, please forgive me, Lady Hina. Hinata's POV. Sakura pulled the dress over my head, careful not to mess up my hair. You look beautiful, she exclaimed. Well, you did everything. I was your doll. Yeah. Ready? More than I'll ever be. We walked downstairs, making sure the boys didn't see me. We honked the horn to signal them to get into their car. As we drove to the chapel, I felt a surge of happiness. I'm about to get married. Oh my gosh, I'm about to get married. Oh my god. What is it? Sakura asked. I'm about to get married. I'm going to be an Uzumaki. But it's too late for cold feet, Hina. Remember, it's better than being apart, right? Yeah. Phew. Breathe, Hinata needs to breathe. I murmured to myself. We arrived at a quaint old chapel. It might not be a fairy tale wedding, but it was perfect for us. I stepped out of the car and dusted myself off. Naruto turned to face me, his eyes widening with a huge smile. Do I look okay? I asked, feeling a surge of confidence. You look amazing. He walked toward me. The four of us entered the chapel and took in the surroundings. It was lovely, adorned with flowers and a receptionist's desk perfect. Do you have an appointment? The snooty woman asked. Do we need one? I asked, a bit nervous. Nah, honey. Is this the lucky man? She pointed to Sasuke. This is. I pulled Naruto close to me. Sasuke looked at Sakura, hoping for some emotion, but she just snickered at the thought of me and Sasuke. He looked disappointed. Oh, well, let's see. I can get you all in about 30 minutes. That's fine. We sat down in silence. I held Naruto's hand, while Sasuke sat next to him and Sakura next to me. I sensed that Naruto felt too awkward to say anything. He was never this quiet. You ready? Naruto whispered. Absolutely. You. Yes. I can't wait. Hyuga and Uzumaki, a countryman called. It's Uzumaki. Like Uzumaki, Naruto corrected. We stood up to let the newlyweds pass. We entered the ceremony room, which was beautiful. Out of nowhere, a lady handed Sakura and me rose bouquets. Naruto stood at the end of a tiny aisle, and Sakura walked down to stand next to where I would be. Here Comes the Bride began to play on a piano. Sasuke linked arms with me to walk me down. You grew up so fast, hee, Sasuke teased. Shut up. Thank you. No problem. We reached the end, and Sasuke handed me off to Naruto. Ahem. Let us begin. Friends. The officiant looked at Sakura and Sasuke. We are gathered here today to join Hinata and Naruto in holy matrimony. I gazed into Naruto's eyes, and he smiled back at me. I was filled with joy. Have you two prepared vows? And actually, I want to say something. Hinata, I know this is sudden, but I've never loved anyone like I love you. We've been through rough patches, but I couldn't be happier. I love you. He smiled and squeezed my hands. I felt tears welling up. Don't ruin your makeup, Sakura will kill you. I smiled back. Do you want to say anything? Naruto, I've loved you since day one. I never thought I would be the lucky girl to be called Mrs. Uzumaki. Like you said, we've been through a lot, but nothing could be stronger than our love. I love you, Naruto. We both teared up, even our friends. Does anyone object to this union? The officiant looked around the empty room. Let us Kanti. I do. Hayashi. I turned to see my dad, Niji, and our cousin Hiro. Naruto stepped protectively in front of me. What do you think you're doing here, Hayashi? Naruto yelled. Sakura stood behind me, and Sasuke moved in front of both of us. "You're not going to marry my daughter. Hinata, come, we're leaving." "No. You can't take this away from me. Never." I screamed at him. A commotion erupted in the chapel. Naruto was confronting Hayashi, and Sasuke was dealing with Neji. Hiro looked on with a sad expression, trying to stay out of the chaos. "Naruto! Hayashi! Stop!" I yelled. "Sasuke! Naruto! Stop!" Sakura echoed. But nothing could stop them. The tension was palpable, and I feared for what might happen next. Suddenly, Neji and my father both collapsed, seemingly out of nowhere. "Naruto!" I rushed to his side. "Why? Why can't I live my own life?" I yelled at my father. "Hinata, don't say such things." Neji scolded me. "We're leaving for America. Now." Hayashi pulled me away from Naruto. "No. Stop." "Sakura!" I yelled as Hayashi and Neji tried to drag me out of the chapel. I punched Neji in the gut, loosening his grip and allowing me to return to Naruto. Sakura was next to Sasuke, tending to his injuries. "Forgive me, Hinata." I heard Hayashi whisper. I felt a sudden blow to the back of my neck and collapsed beside Naruto. Everything began to fade to black. "Hina?" "Hayashi, why?" Sakura's voice echoed in the distance. 3 hours later. "Naruto." I whispered. "Hina, you're awake." Sakura was next to me. I opened my eyes. I wasn't in my dress, just a t-shirt and jeans. I looked around, realizing I was in a small cabin with a window. A window that revealed clouds? "Sakura, where am I?" I asked. "On a plane to America." "What?" I bolted out of the tiny cabin. I was indeed on a plane. I rushed through the aisles, knocking things over in my frantic search for Hayashi. After a moment, I recognized that this was our private jet. I ran to my father's quarters and flung the door open. "You bastard!" I slapped Hayashi across the face. He looked stunned but quickly recovered, blocking my next punch. "Stop! Don't disrespect me," he shouted. "Why?" I fell to the ground, tears streaming down my face. "I can't tell you, but I didn't want you to be associated with that idiot. So we had to move earlier than I expected." "Earlier? We were going to move before Naruto?" "Yes." I was too upset to talk to anyone, so I stormed out and went back to Sakura. "Why did you let him take me?" I cried. "I had no authority to stop him," she said simply. "Well then why did you come with me? You could have stayed with Sasuke. You could have been happy. I didn't want you to be alone. Plus, I can't anymore. It's too hard." I knew she was referring to Sasuke and the baby. "Did you at least leave Naruto and Sasuke in the hospital?" "Yes." "I left Sasuke a note, as well as Naruto. I was able to sneak you this." She handed me my engagement ring. Hayashi threw it out the window, but I was able to find it. "So you have to hide it." "America." I never thought it would be like this. Never. It had been 6 years since the Hyuga family, along with Sakura, moved to America. Sakura and Hinata attended Harvard University and were now among the best in their fields. Sakura had become an exceptional surgeon and had never lost a patient. Hinata excelled in research. If you didn't know what illness someone had, she would find it. The boys back in Konoha were also making strides. Naruto was working at Jiraiya's hotels and was set to become the next owner. The Uchiha restaurants were partnered with the hotels, and Sasuke had become a chef, visiting the locations to lend a hand. Despite their successes, all 4 of their hearts remained wounded. Hinata wore her ring around her neck, always keeping it hidden. The merger Hayashi had mentioned wasn't what it seemed. To combine the Hyuga hospitals and the Otsutsuki hospitals, the 2 heirs would be wed. An arranged marriage was to take place, and Hinata had no objections. Why would she? Her heart had been shattered long ago. Hinata and Sakura lived in New York, where the main hospitals were located. The wedding would also take place in New York. But what happens when Naruto and Sasuke travel to America? Jiraiya had stepped down and passed the torch to Naruto, who would take over the main location in New York, with Sasuke accompanying him as the head chef. What will happen if their paths cross? Will Sakura find her heart and love Sasuke again? Will Hinata go through with the arranged marriage or remember her true feelings? Wait for the sequel to find out. Thank you so much for reading my first book. I hope you enjoyed it. Over 1,000 reads. Thank you. I appreciate you all so much. The sequel is out. Thank you to everyone who waited patiently for it. It took a lot of thought to figure out how to start it. It only has 6 chapters to begin with, but updates will be posted. It is called Nothing is Stronger Than Our Love, a play on Hinata's vows. Once again, I thank you all for supporting me in my first book ever. I love you all.